monster inside of me. You better watch out if your enemy's a road ahead of full prophecy to be the greatest beast the world has ever seen. I feed him every day like the bones clean. I feed him all the hate and he grows me, and he gets claws real big, pissed off quick. And if you cross him, you might drop dead. Metaphorically, of course, settling the sword, never getting bored, loves the blood and gore. Always wanting more, feeding from the source. They don't really understand until they feel the force departed. If you start shit, you'll be heartless in the darkness. Torn apart quick, you left scars ripped, you'll be chewed up and discarded. And this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. And if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate. Adrenaline pressure, it's stormy weather, lightning, thunder, pouring weather. Yo, I'm a go-getter, try to do it like me, but I do it better. I got a mind that's clever, the beast inside is competitive as ever. I'm conscious, my subconscious, an accomplice to me. I promise the darkness, I can honestly believe. But don't cross me, I might lose control of the lost beast. So, he's locked away inside with the key control by fight or flight. And this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. And if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate.
Hey, hopefully y'all can hear me. Hopefully. I know that song still ain't playing. Wait, oh shit, my phone was on. I didn't watch Michelle, Debbie. Do you want to come up and tell me what she said? She sounded correct. YouTube Psychic died hours ago. Thanks, Tiff. Okay, so you may agree with me. You may not agree with me. I believe in some psychic mediums. There are a lot that are real. Believe satanic if you want, Christian if you want. It is in the Bible that spirits, talking to spirits and stuff like that, that it's not satanic and do like whatever. I have had so many readings and it has been so accurate. Okay. These people don't know me. Tarot cards, dowsing rods, whatever. Okay. I'll watch it. But in my opinion, Debbie, when I read the title, and so I thought that she was also going after psychic YouTubers. And one, I hear people saying, like, why does a psychic need to be on YouTube? Baby, Why are you selling candles on YouTube? Why are you selling anything on YouTube if no one else can do it? They are real. They do real readings in real life. And they also come on YouTube. They spend a lot of time on these cases, whether you believe it or not. We know Donna Serafino was spot on for the Vallow case. Now, my friend, another realm, her name is Tara. She has been working on the Summer Wells case for 2 years. 2 years. And she is fine. She's in Canada. And she got some residents of Tennessee that live close there to go and search areas that she finally decided needed to be searched. Well, things were found, given to TBI, and everybody wants to drag her for it. So I'm going to play her video. It's short, of what she found and what's going on. And I really, really wish people would leave them alone. They don't go into your channel. They don't go live about you and saying you don't know how to do true crime. Let them do their thing and you do your thing. For all the creators that are sitting here going live, bashing these people. I'm going to show you how real these psychics can be. Okay? This bullshit has got to stop. All of it. You need somebody to talk about? Don't drag these people. You want to talk about going real life and taking away people's income? That's what you're doing. You're taking away her income. This is her income. This is how she gets some private readings. That's her income. You want to cry when people go after your income, your channel? Stop. It makes absolutely no sense at all. Y'all want to cry when people go after y'all and bully y'all? And I said I wasn't going to do this on my channel, but I'm not going to sit here and let every single fucking true crime creator go after my friend who is real. And so what? She went search for Summer. So what if she found something to send to TBI? She never said it was Summer. Never, ever said that shit belonged to Summer Wells. Ever. She turned it into TBI, and that's all she knows. Now, people's going around saying that she said she found Summer Wells' hair and bones. And that is not what happened. If you want to know the truth and you want to know what happened, go listen to her fucking lives, her videos. She has put in so much time into this case. And when she goes search and finds anything, it was human bones. It was human hair, according to TBI. They have it. Who it belongs to, ain't nobody know. Nobody knows. And I tell you, Tara never said it belonged to Summer Wells. Ever. I talked to her in private. She's done private readings for me. And I know how hard she's worked on this case. And it pisses me off that every single YouTuber in the true crime community is going live saying bullshit about her. She's fake, she's lying, she's this and she's that, when she's a real motherfucking person with a real talent. She's human, just like every single one of y'all in this chat. You don't know if she's real, she's fake. You didn't see the whole video. You didn't see 2 years of her hard work doing all this shit. And it's sickening. Whether you believe it or not, just go about your business not believing it. You don't have to sit here and bash somebody that uses this as income. Hi, Voodoo. Welcome. So you can sound like an asshole here. It's okay. We like everybody's opinions. Summer Wells is not alive, was not murdered, was an accident that was covered up. Her body will never be found. I received this information from my spirit guides. I believe you. I believe you. But I'm not going to. Okay, let me just show y'all this video so y'all can see the area and what she's finding and stuff like that. All I'm asking, guys, is if you don't believe in this, just don't bash him in my chat because it really, really hurts me. Everybody wants to talk about bullying and creators bullying creators, but what are they doing? They're doing the exact same thing. And they're messing with her income. I appreciate it, Voodoo. It just upsets me so much when I saw every single freaking creator go live about this and sit there and bash her and bash her and bash her. And no one has gone live and take up for her. No one. And that's my friend. Here we go. This is the video that everybody is bitching about.
Actually, it's not short because it goes, it loops around.
That right there, I think, is hair.
Hair, or is it fibers from something? No, no, that's hair. So what you're saying? Or it's knit, that's hair. Even. Actually, it's not short because it goes, it loops around. Hair, or is it fibers from something? No, no, that's hair. So what you're saying? Or it's knit, that's hair. Even. Actually, it's not short because it goes, it loops around. Hair, or is it fibers from something? No, no, that's hair. So what you're saying? Or it's knit, that's hair. Even.
Do y'all see what that says? Who is the only person in Texas that is connected to the Summer Wells case? I know. Do you know? He's looking for a miracle missing cases. And that's why all these, yes, yeah, Debbie. And this is why all the YouTubers started going looking for Summer Wells and attacking Don and Candace because they wanted that money, the reward money, just like over there in Pennsylvania with the manhunt. I don't know. If you don't know what's going on right now, she is hearing EVPs during this video, and that's what she's putting up on the screen. But no one knows. Yeah, voodoo, that's right. But you have to remember that when you die, your hair still grows. And it's been 2 years. So I don't know how long, or whatever. I mean, that's not her hair. Obviously, it's too long. But hair and nails do grow after you die. So what's on the screen are the EVPs that she's hearing. So that's why you probably see like it looks like it's looping or whatever, but it's not. Texas, a monster. Why is she bringing up Texas all the time? Oh, cool, Voodoo. What are you? Your skin recedes and exposes a more of what does that mean? Yeah, Voodoo. Well, I was told that. Oh, okay. Nails too, because I was always taught that. So y'all still don't know who's in Texas?
I'm only not sure because
Okay, I'll go ahead and tell y'all who's in Tennessee because it seems nobody knows. Benny Keys is in Tennessee, and he was an inmate. He just got out of jail, and he's in this connected with the Summer Wells case. He's the only one in Tennessee connected to the Summer Wells case, and that's why I said, in my opinion, this is about Benny Keys.
looks around.
No, 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 no. That's not what I said. I said, I thought the hair and nails grow, and it's been 2 years since she's been missing. So I wouldn't know how long her hair would be or look or whatever. No, he was before. He was in Gatlinburg and he knew Benny Keys. Yep. He was there around the time she went missing. Also, this part sounds demonic. This part sounds like growling. Yeah, if you can hear it. So I just want to let you know in case it freaks you out. Yo, I have to show you this part of Don looking like he's possessed. Watch this, Voodoo. While he's reading the Bible, right? Now watch how he I'm gonna show you right before it happens.
Getting ready to run, Dawn?
Go. Learn which way to go. Learn which way to go.
And it sounds like this because she slowed it down to hear the EVPs. Okay, Debbie, thanks for coming in. I hope you hit that like button. My visions, they have like over 100 eyes, not one. Yeah, the slow mo is to hear the EVPs.
I'll which way to go. Which way to go. Which way to go. All these things.
This is just so creepy here. Listen. Heart or something.
Anyway.
Anyways, yeah. So you guys know how to do this now. Okay, so we're just gonna watch this last few minutes of him here, and what I find very interesting because I have this slowed right down now. I think I've got it 5. What is the speed? Yeah, 5%. Okay, so watch this guy.
Watch,
It looks
guys.
like he wants to pray now. Okay, let's pray to God. Watch his face. Watch his face.
Anyways,
What the hell?
I guess it's alright. I'll say a prayer and I'll close and get off here. But
Watch him. What right here? Watch his face. Watch this.
anyways, so
Look at that. Look
Y'all
at his
saw that?
face.
Y'all saw that?
so anyways, I'll
That is the
so
true right there. Look at him.
and
He's
so
going. Hey, Don.
and so
You know what's crazy? I honestly get the vibes watching that this man is actually like I was gonna say possessed, but he has done such evil in his life that he has massive evil. Am I something right?
Oh, the rest is about
It's
him.
worse.
Okay. I just wanted to show y'all that part. So are you gonna be nice or are you gonna be mean? Please be nice. I don't like mean. Okay, so this is this needs to be stopped. Okay, this is her opinion. She puts out it's for entertainment purpose only. Stop bashing these people. Summer. I hope you're nice, Dawn. Hey, Marcus. So anyway, and then I have another one. Okay, this woman, the Idaho 4, this woman did a reading right whenever the murders happened, right? 9 months ago, right? Hello?
What's going on?
Hi. Nothing.
Hi.
We're just going over people that are attacking psychics just because
Oh,
they're saying that she said she found your daughter, but she never said that.
yeah.
And so
Oh,
everyone is attacking her, but she never said that. So I'm
oh,
just trying to tell these people to stop because she never
oh.
said that. And now they're going around saying that Summer was
There ain't no
found.
way. There ain't no way that all that could go on YouTube.
So that's what
I'm,
I'm going
I'm
live
kidding.
about because I
I'm
don't
kidding.
like all this bullying.
Yeah, well, all this bullying's part of it, ain't it? I mean, that's just the nature of YouTube. You got
Yeah,
all these
for real.
Karens out there, male and female Karens, like big time. They ain't got nothing better to do with their life. And, it's the nature of this. It's the nature of it. So
Well,
who was this
Don,
playing me like in slow motion? Like, did you see that evil? Oh my gosh, she has so much evil. Who was doing that?
her channel name is Another Realm.
Oh, okay. So that
And
wasn't you doing that.
oh, no, no, no. I was
Oh,
playing
okay.
her video. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Gotcha.
yeah. Hey, Army Vet, because I'm tired of people I'm tired of people just going live and talking about Summer Wells and talking about y'all about nothing.
Yeah,
Just saying the same
exactly.
shit over and over and over again, and it's
Yeah,
aggravating. And
it
I'm
is.
just tired of people going
Uh,
on lying about Summer, doing all this shit, and I'm just tired of
yeah,
the bullying,
man,
and it's
I
got to
appreciate
stop.
it. Hey, yeah, I wish it could stop. I appreciate what you're saying because yeah, we're real tired of it. It's ridiculous. Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you got a job.
Yeah, it's about killed me because I've been off for a while, so trying to get myself back in shape. It's been rough.
Are y'all back on Ben Hill Road?
Yeah, we're at the house.
Oh, good. I'm glad y'all are back there, and I'm glad you got. How's Candace doing?
She's doing better. She's doing a lot better than we were, 2 years ago or a year ago, I mean, yeah, I'm live.
Tell her hi.
She said hi. She's
My
trying to
name
figure
is
out who it is.
Christy.
Christy.
Yeah, she's never heard of me because I don't do all of that drama stuff with
Oh, well,
all
good
the
for
other
you.
people.
I told you, Christy.
Tell her to come up tell her to come up on panel.
Her.
I'm not Karen.
No, she says she's not a Karen.
Yeah, I don't that's why she's never heard of me, and that's why you never heard of me, because I don't go
Well,
do that drama shit
well,
with all
that's
them other people.
right. Well, man, you can't. How can you create a great big huge channel if you don't do the drama?
Well, that's true, but you
I
know
know it
what?
is,
Like,
isn't it?
it
Yeah,
just they go real life, and you know that they go to your house, they go to your job, they go real life. I don't want to be involved in that.
yeah. I don't either.
I want to help families.
Oh, cool.
And that's what I'm here for. I'm not here to fight with anybody. I'm not here to bully anybody. I'm here to do my stuff. I don't,
Yeah,
go to prayer garden or all that.
yeah,
That's too much for me.
yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, it is. It's been a lot. I had no idea what we was getting involved with. That's for sure. And then it's like you get caught in it. And it's like you can't get away from it almost. Well, I don't know.
I
But
wish
yeah,
I could I wish I could help you to get out of all this drama, but
well,
yeah. Oh, tell Candace that my channel name is Sweet Misery True Crime.
yeah, okay, I will. Yeah. I subscribed to it earlier, but I haven't had time. I was just now looking at it, and I seen what whoever was playing that, or whatever. And that's why I'd come up just to
Mhm.
see what's going on or whatever. I don't.
Yeah, that's cool. You have a right to defend yourself, anything, but I just want people to stop bullying. That's all. And that's what it was all about. I'm just tired of it. And I got
Yeah,
really upset. So I came
yeah,
made this live.
yeah. So you're for psychics? Is that what you're saying? You just not for the bullying? Not.
Well, I mean, some are real. Yes, I do believe there are real ones. But
Well, can I
I
tell you
don't.
what the can I tell you what the Bible says about that?
Sure.
Okay, well, it's the Bible, um, as far as my understanding goes, anyway, is that no one, nobody can tell the future. Um, and if you are any sort of psychic or have any kind of psychic ability, I mean, there's a good chance there are evil angels. There's Satan's angels that were cast to the earth, and a lot of people are like puppets and do evil things all day long without even thinking about it because they're not. If you're not for God, you just automatically, by default, you're choosing Satan, whether you realize it or not. And a
Okay,
lot of
so
people fall into that category.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So if I watch it, um, does that mean that I'm not Christian or that I don't love Jesus?
No, but I would think in my mind it's just a waste of time. They
Um,
might mislead you, okay? Because if you're dealing with evil spirits, if you go back to Saul, who was king of Jerusalem, he went to a medium to pull up the spirit of Samuel, who was a great prophet over Israel in the Bible. And so the medium lied to him and told him that he just ain't got a chance. He's going to lose everything. And he just, and that's what these YouTubers have in common. They are just, they're trying to tear people down. That's all they do 24/7, just
mhm.
tear each
I
other
ag-
down.
I
Yeah.
agree.
And so they got a lot of common with psychics and everything else. And, so yeah, if you're involved in it and you're watching it a lot, you're more than likely you're even if it's not about you, it's tearing you down, it's tearing your spirit down and everything. It's just not good. But yeah, they lied to Saul and said, you're going to lose the kingdom, you're going to all this stuff, and he killed himself. You know, but he could have turned to God, and God would have worked with him. But this is not what the psychic told him. You know,
Hey
God's
Emily, I have I
yeah.
have
Sorry.
I have someone in here that uh has visions, and
Uh
I
huh.
don't know if she calls herself a psychic or whatever,
Uh huh.
but she says, Dawn, the Bible was written by men in order to have control,
Yeah.
hun. By the way,
Okay.
I am.
Okay. Okay. Can I answer that?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. The the Bible was written by men, inspired by God.
right.
Very godly men. Uh, these men were like how do you say? Let's let's talk about let's talk about Moses, a very great man. He led he led all of Israel out of captivity, out of Egypt. They crossed the Red Sea by great miracles. They found all them axles and those things they pulled with the chariots that were pulled by their horses and everything buried in the Red Sea. There's proof. There's actual physical proof of these things. Um, and all the miracles. They wandered in the desert for 40 years. A pillar of fire by night and a cloud by day. God was with them all this time. They ate manna that would rain down in the desert. They'd pick it up in the morning on the ground, and God fed them for 40 years. All kinds of miracles that God done. Moses was definitely he wrote the first 5 books of the Bible. In fact, he talked to
You know,
God face to face.
you know what, Don? You're gonna probably laugh at me, but when I
No,
started reading the Bible,
uh-huh.
I started with Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and
Yeah,
every time I got to a different chapter, is that what it's called?
yeah.
I thought I was I thought my Bible was like duplicating itself.
Well,
Like,
you
because
have
it all said
Matthew.
the same thing, but
Well,
then I
yeah, yeah,
realized that
yeah.
each person was just describing what they experienced, and because they were
Right,
all together, they experienced the same things, and so
right,
that's why Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John kind of repeats itself. But I didn't know
right,
that. I thought something
right.
was wrong with my Bible. Hi, Voodoo.
Sorry, I don't mean to
Hi,
laugh, but I, but
can
I,
everybody
I
hear me
get it.
okay?
I told you you was gonna laugh.
Well, I mean, we all do that. I mean, yeah. I mean, hey, you're not alone. I mean, I don't mean to laugh at you. I'm laughing with you because
Yep.
I do the same thing. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah.
I
It's just
have Voodoo
that.
came up here to chat with you.
Okay.
Can everybody hear me all right?
Yes.
Dawn, I've never spoken to you before. I've heard you, of course, on so many videos. It's
Yeah.
actually really great to actually be able to speak with you. And thank you very
Oh,
much.
cool.
And thank you, Christy, for allowing
Thank
me
you.
this opportunity. I don't understand all the negativity that you get. Yeah, you've done some bad things, but we all have. And I just think it's very hypocritical to judge someone
Right. I
like
appreciate that.
you. I, I only
Appreciate that.
have empathy and compassion for you and for Candace.
And thank you.
Um, but I wanted to tell you that because you said things about the Bible and other things, and I just wanted you to know I am a direct bloodline descendant of Saint Bernadette Soubirous. Toinette is actually my grandma, my great great, so many greats. So I just wanted you to know that I'm a direct bloodline of a saint, yet I have the gift that I was
Yeah.
given. So I just want you to know I don't feel I'm choosing Satan. I feel this gift has been passed down
Yeah.
in my bloodline.
Well, that's very possible. I mean, God says that He gives, gifts to people. I mean, they could, you
Right.
know.
I just wanted to give you a different opinion of
Well,
this
yeah.
instead of the choosing Satan part.
Well,
That one
right.
got 7. I'm like, wait. And then when Christy invited me to come up, I wanted to explain, my part. And I wanted you to know that there are people out there that do have the compassion and don't have that hatred or judgment, let's say. Um,
We appreciate
I
that for
want you both
sure.
to know that.
Oh,
I do
cool.
have my
Thank
own
you.
feelings about the case, of course, but that doesn't change my compassion.
Yeah.
So I'm so happy to be up here right now and be able to speak with you.
Well,
And hi, Candace, if you can hear me. My name's Voodoo. You see me around.
yeah,
um,
yeah. She's on the
but
phone
yeah,
with somebody else, but yeah, I get it. I mean, God is capable of doing whatever He wants. I mean, He's a warrior. He's
right.
he's the
I mean, yeah.
the
So I know that you're, the 7 Day Adventist. Well, I'm just Roman Catholic. I went to Catholic school and all that stuff.
Yeah,
So my Bible is different than yours.
yeah, it
Um,
is. The Roman
and
Catholics
it's
not
tough
do.
because I have this opinion of the Bible that the Bible was actually just written by man, that it was not actually written by Moses or anything like that, and that maybe they didn't even possibly exist. But whoever wrote it was simply a man, not a holier person than any of the rest of us. And I believe that religion was actually created for control, to control everyone. Don't do this or you're going to go to hell. Oh, don't worry that your life sucks now. You're going to have a better existence when you die. And I think that was all about the higher ups controlling the lowers. But that's my own
Yeah,
personal opinion of it. I'm just letting you know.
yeah. Well,
No disrespect.
you being raised a Roman Catholic, that would make sense. I mean, I don't know if you know the complete history of the Roman Catholic Church and the Dark Ages and all this stuff and what the Roman Catholic Church is doing now, trying to pass, the Laudato Si, trying to make a law that you have to worship on Sunday and all this stuff. The Roman Catholic Church has amassed a lot of wealth throughout the Dark Ages, and they killed
Through
over
all time.
50,
Through
50
all time, not just then. Through all time.
yeah, yeah.
Hold on a
They,
second, guys. Don, do you
yeah.
have your YouTube closed? Because they're saying there's an echo.
Yeah,
I
there's been
mean,
an echo
okay,
for a while, but it
okay.
wasn't horrible, so I didn't say anything.
Well, I can turn my Bluetooth off, so all I could do, but then I'd have to go outside, so I could hear you.
No,
But
just
that's fine.
close your YouTube that or pause it.
Well, I don't know if I can do that. I mean, I'm just,
Yeah,
I
you
don't,
leave StreamYard up. You leave StreamYard up, but you close YouTube.
okay, I don't know how to do that. Yeah, I wouldn't
Is
know
the
how to do
echo
that.
really that bad, guys?
It's not awful, hon. It's not. It's there, but it's not.
Okay.
You can understand. You can understand. You can even hear Candace.
Whoa, I couldn't hear you. Okay, I'm gonna mute myself so y'all can finish talking.
Oh, now it's horrible. I don't know what he did, but now it's absolutely horrible.
Oh, is
I can
that
hear
better?
myself.
Is that better?
That seems to be better.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, guys. Now, sorry, y'all can go back. I just wanted to make sure that everybody can hear you.
Okay.
Oh, it's when I talk? Okay, I know why that is. Let me switch to another mic. 1 second.
Okay. So, anyways, um, yeah, but then I have a question for you then, Don.
Yeah.
So I was watching. Oh, and I want you to know that I do say a prayer of protection every time I watch one of these videos because I
Yeah.
don't want anything jumping through the screen because you know that shit can happen.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna show a video in a little while, and you know the Idaho 4, the students that were murdered,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
When it first happened, this psychic did a reading on it 9 months ago before they knew Brian, before they arrested Brian, before anything. She said exactly what happened. And the timestamp on the video is 9 months ago. So I have to believe that, Don.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never heard anything like that. I mean, if these psychics are so great, then why haven't they found Summer? I mean, that's my question.
Can you guys hear me better now?
Yes.
So
Don,
can
but
I be awful and give him my thoughts that
yes,
might
yes,
be
I'm mute myself.
inappropriate?
No, I was
Okay.
waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to be
Okay.
silent.
I don't I feel that she did pass and she's not missing, that she's gone, and that It was not a murder or anything. There was some kind of accident that is sort of being covered up, and I'm not accusing anybody. Please don't think I am, but somehow it was that her accident was covered up, and I'm being told, and I've been told for a while with different ways of communication, that her body is never going to actually be found, but that she is no longer with us. But
Yeah.
again, that is my um, thoughts, I guess I'll say, on that. And I hate my thoughts, but that's what they are.
Well, everybody's got thoughts like that, you know. I run through different scenarios every day of different things, and in my mind, one day I'll be thinking of the drug traffic, and the next day I'll be thinking of different scenarios, and you know, I go back and forth. Probably, I got two major ones that I think of constantly, and I try to work with the detectives and stuff and try to figure it out and bounce stuff back and forth. And we've tried.
Well, I just want you to know, for years now, my spotlight can be any color I want out in front of my house, and it has been purple for years now.
Well, we appreciate that. Um, uh,
I have another question, Don.
okay.
Layla, the girl in Kingsport.
Don't know her.
Okay, there's a girl miss. Isn't her name Layla? Something like that.
Sentinella?
Yes.
Sentinello?
She's
Yes.
missing from Kingsport, and I do believe they think that it's trafficking. So
Hmm.
I'm like, that's too close for comfort to Summer.
What
You
about
know what
the
I
three
mean?
girls in Virginia? Is there any updates on that?
With the mom and the three kids,
Yeah.
I read today that they found her. I don't think they know where her location is, but they said she's like across the country. She's somewheres, I guess, on the west side.
With her three
Um,
kids?
yes.
Oh, okay. So
But
then
see,
she
yeah,
was
she's
getting
running
away
from
from
the
her.
law.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she didn't go to court. And so she has warrants.
Okay.
And yeah, so she's running from the law.
Okay.
That's all it is. And
All
that's
right.
why the husband's like, she's fine. She's okay. Like, there's nothing wrong. And people think that's suspicious, but they finally got in touch with them and they know that she's okay and the kids are okay. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And then what about all these
I
damn
am AFK for
prisoners?
2 minutes. I'll be right back.
Okay. What about all these prisoners escaping from jail?
Yeah, I have no idea.
That's crazy. But they do have people looking for Summer. Um I know that they have people out there looking for her. They have videos of it. But we are trying to find her. The people that don't do drama are trying to find her.
Yeah, there's some good people out there. I don't know.
I just don't want people to go out there and start, trouble with you guys and then try to get you in trouble, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's not cool or whatever. So I just
No, it's
hope no
not.
one goes up there and messes with y'all, especially since you have a job. Like they just need to leave y'all alone and let whatever happen. Stop. Like there's no need to go live about Summer Wells every day just to talk about Dawn and Candace and whatever.
Yeah.
Prisoners have always escaped. Now the public is just more aware of it. I don't I don't know. But I'm so glad that you finally chatted in my group chat because I invited you, but I didn't know if you would ever answer me. So I'm really glad that you did, and I'm really glad that you came in my channel.
Well, it's been, we've had so much drama that it's just been horrific.
I can
Absolutely
imagine.
horrific. And,
And
on top of missing our precious daughter, all this stuff has happened, and CPS, you know, gosh damn, I hate this shit. Um, that one woman, Common Sense, was saying some pretty evil shit today. We had welfare. Somebody called and said that we was giving our kids loaded guns. I don't even know if that's a real thing or not, because we can't get any proof. we can't get the paperwork from CPS. They're being all secretive and the crowd. It could be made up from them. The only one that was really hanging around our house when Summer disappeared was CPS. Um, this is what they do. They
I do remember you saying that you felt that they, may have been the ones that kidnapped Summer, and you feel like they also kidnap your boys.
absolutely. This is what they do. Do you know that they get $59 billion a year to take people's children from them and put them in other places that and it's just ridiculous. They're out of control. This is one of the things that President Trump was trying to stop. When he said drain the swamp, this is part of the swamp. This 59 billion that goes to CPS. It's
That's
ridiculous.
crazy.
Yeah, that's our tax dollars at work to take people's kids, and they have the power to put kids anywhere in this world. They have the power. They could easily take Summer, probably get a new birth certificate for her and everything, and adopt her out somewhere, make 50,000 or whatever off the deal. They're the only ones that were around here and in our lives when Summer disappeared. And what a great tactic that would be, knowing that the parents would be tore up, couldn't take stuff. I mean, just basically losing their minds. And then they take the boys, for whatever reasons, because it was dangerous up here. I don't doubt that they ain't out there in YouTube world. Some of these haters out there, it wouldn't surprise me one bit if these are people that work in CPS.
But one thing that bothers me, Don, is that when the boys do, go on YouTube or whatever, and they're gonna see all of this. They're gonna see all
Exactly.
these people,
Yeah.
bashing his family. I mean, they might not be
Yeah.
with you guys, but you're their
Yeah.
parents. You raised them, and
Exactly.
they're always gonna love you. And for them to have to come on here and hear all of this, that is just so horrible.
It is horrible, but the thing is one day they're going to know the truth, and they will always know that we love them. And it's bullshit. CPS has turned our boys against us. They told them that we don't love them. They've cut all communications. They're dirty sons of bitches. They're the
You know
dirtiest. They're
what?
the biggest crime ring in America.
And people are putting in my chat, CPS is the leader of human trafficking.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, absolutely. And there's some YouTubers and some lawyers, CPS lawyers, that do YouTube channels, and they have radio shows and stuff, and
Mhm.
they're all about trying to change this stuff. We're trying to get involved with one now. We're hoping and praying that he'll help us out, and I don't know. We're just hoping for and praying for that miracles.
That's all we can do is hope and
That's
pray
right.
and wait and just pray hard and
But
read the
people
Bible and
and people, so many people have been praying, and we're trying to stick it out in church. It's so hard to go to church, and our kids ain't there, but I'm still going, and plan on going tomorrow. Tonight's the Sabbath at sunset. That's another thing the Roman Catholic Church changed. Um, it's always been sunset from sunset, but the Roman Catholic Church changed the time to midnight, 12 o'clock midnight. That's another thing they changed besides the Sabbath. Um, but yeah, I think maybe our prayers are being answered because honestly, CPS is getting exposed for the monster that they really are. I mean, it's ridiculous what they do. It's horrific what they do. And are they
oh,
capable of taking our daughter? I think so. That's my opinion, and I have a right to it. It's the only thing that fits. It's the only thing that really makes sense. If it would have been one of these meth heads around here or something, they're too damn. There ain't no way. They're too damn. They're too strung out and screwed up in the head. They would have caught them by now. I mean, they they have checked everybody and everything. Um, yeah, it's the only thing that really fits. That's my opinion. I mean, and
I have a question.
yeah,
And it's just a simple question. Please don't get mad at me. Um, are y'all still cool with Marlena? What's up with her?
I don't know. I haven't heard nothing from about her. The last that we heard about her was that she'd given up her rights to her child and she was strung out. That's the last I heard from her mother.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, in the beginning, um, 2 years ago, maybe a year and a half ago,
Yeah.
people were saying that she was trying to get birth certificates of 5-year-olds. Do you know
Yeah, I
anything about
remember that.
that?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Do you know anything about that or why she would do
I
that? Because that's kind of sus.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's any truth to it for one, and then
Yeah.
all that, and nothing was ever. I mean, I think we brought it to the police's attention and stuff, but I mean, I have no idea. The police don't tell us anything.
Yeah.
We tell them what we feel and everything, but they're not going to tell us anything. And for obvious reasons.
I was just wondering about her because sorry, somebody's sending me something about another case. Um, I don't know. I just
There's all kinds of CPS cases. You can look online on YouTube, the horror stories of what CPS has done. I personally know of a case where they convinced these two little girls to testify that their dad was molesting them. So he went to prison for years. And then when the two girls got older, they realized what had happened and they filed a multi-million-dollar lawsuit against the state of Texas, or against CPS, actually. I guess it would be. But he spent all them years in prison. His kids were taken away. And see, this is the kind of dirty stuff CPS does.
mhm.
And it's all about that $59 billion. Now that's evil. And what are they capable of? Do you think they're capable of going over the top and actually having a kid kidnapped, and then especially a blonde-haired, blue-eyed little girl? Hell yeah, I think so. They've done everything other dirty damn thing in the book. They got the courts, family courts, siding with them and everything else. It's all about that $59 billion. It's ridiculous. And so, yeah, I think they're very capable of kidnapping kids. You damn right. If they're going to put innocent people in prison and do all this other stuff, and this is what they do day after day, is kidnap kids, usually legally through the courts. But is it possible that they've crossed the line and went into kidnapping? I think it's very possible.
Don,
Absolutely. Yeah.
this is going around Twitter right now. I cannot make this bigger,
Right.
but can you see it? Wait, no, you can't see it. Can you see it?
I see something, not very well, but
Okay.
what about it?
I can't make it bigger. They
That's fine.
say that this little girl right here
Uh
might
huh.
be Summer.
Oh,
And I
I'll have
can't
to
make
take a
it bigger.
I'll take a picture and then I'll look
I
at it later and I'll
I
let you
can
know.
send I
Or you
can
can
send
send.
it to you on
Okay, that'll work.
I'll send it to you in the group chat where we was talking earlier on Facebook.
Okay, that'll work. Okay,
Okay.
and then I'll look at it later and holler back at you. And, yeah, they're capable. Yeah, I mean, CPS is worldwide. They adopt kids out all over the world. They got money galore. Yeah, who? I mean, they're bigger. They're a mob bigger than any mob in America, or probably the world. They're probably bigger than the Mexican mafia. I mean, this is just ridiculous. And our federal government gives them 59 billion, not million, but billion a year. Yeah, I think in my mind, yeah, I think they're very capable. A lot of people probably don't want to hear this. There's probably a lot of case workers and stuff out there on YouTube trying to do everything they can to destroy us, I would say, in chat and everything else. in my is my opinion, because they're trying to protect their interests. Yeah. If they could put me away in prison for the rest of my life, I guarantee you they'd do it. Um, yeah, this is probably bigger than anybody even knows, but I'm hoping that we can expose them for what they are, and hopefully and prayerfully get down to the bottom of it. Maybe God is answering our prayers and showing us things. And if this is the case, then the only hope is that Summer is with some good people. So that gives me some hope, you know.
Yeah, that's all that's all you can do is
You're right.
hope and pray and and think positive thoughts and good memories and
Right. Well, that's
you
one
know
thing about
that's
it.
I mean
God is a warrior. And I read that the other day in the Bible, and I was like, wow, he's not just God. He's a warrior God. He don't play. You know, I mean, he might. I don't know. You know, so that's pretty cool to think about. So it's important, very important, to keep all his laws and statutes and keep the Sabbath day holy and do the right thing so that he's got your back. You know, um, definitely don't want to be on the wrong side of that equation.
can you see this,
And
Don?
a little bit. Hmm, I'll have to look at it.
This girl rang somebody's ring bell and
Yeah,
said she needed help, but it was too much to explain or something like that. And this is the picture
yeah.
from the ring cam thing. And they're posting it around Twitter to see if it could be Summer. So I'll go ahead
Okay,
and send this to you.
okay. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Let me see. No problem. Just, trying to do what we can do to help. You know what I mean?
I'm really very appreciative of that. Thank you. Um,
But you know what I want to tell you is that I'm glad to hear that you're, getting out and trying to help change laws and policies and the way that things go. I'm really glad to hear that y'all are out there doing that.
well, there's a lot of corruption in this country. It's gotten bad. And what?
And it's
Yeah,
only going to get worse.
yes, it
It's
is.
only going to get worse because we don't pay anybody that give any amount that gives anybody any amount of dignity. Everybody is working at desperation just to barely get by. So and that's why there's corruption. If you can make more money and maybe it's illegal, but you can get away with it, you're gonna do it because you need to feed your children and do this, that, and the other. If only they paid people a decent wage, then there wouldn't be so much theft and there wouldn't be so much corruption. And I will be quiet now.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
But
listen, I just want you to know that here you won't be bashed. There won't be drama with bullshit in chat and everything like that. Like, that's not what we do here. And, you can see my chat is very respectful. And that's just
mm,
how we are here. We listen to everyone, and we really don't pass judgment. You know what I mean? Because Don, that's how I want it to be because that's how I want people to be with me.
yeah, we definitely need to be fair and so.
And I do want to say, Chrissy, thank you so much. Like, I've never been in your chat. I've never even watched your channel. But when I saw the title that you had today, I was like, I got to go check this out. And then to have the opportunity to even talk with Mr. Wells and everything.
Well, I
And
appreciate it.
I've seen nothing but respect from everybody. And I have
Mhm.
already subscribed, of course. But I just want to thank
Thank
you for
you.
having such a great channel like this.
Yeah,
Thank you. I try to keep
definitely.
it that way because, yeah, I don't like all of that going real life and stuff like that. And I have the best chat ever. All my subs are the best. I don't allow trolls and all that stuff. Yeah, that's just
But
not what
I'm
we
gonna
do here.
I'm gonna hop off here for now though, and I really
Okay.
appreciate y'all, and God bless everybody. And I don't
Thanks
know
for
what
coming
else to
up,
say, but
Don.
thank you. I appreciate
Yes,
it
thank
very
you for
much.
coming
Thank
up,
you.
and it was a
Yeah,
pleasure to talk to you, sir.
it was a pleasure talking to you guys. Thank you very much, and we'll talk
All
to
right,
y'all
tell
later.
Candace we said hi.
I sure will. Thanks. Okay.
All
Bye
right,
bye.
bye bye. That was a nice surprise.
Wow,
Um,
I'm shocked, and it sucked that I had to go away for a minute, but it was a must have because my central air was leaking all over my floor in my in
oh
So
no.
anyway, oh yeah, and it's like the rug is soaked. Oh, yeah, I got to figure that one out. But anyway, yeah, it was great to have
So
him on. I wow.
yeah, hopefully he'll come in and watch and be in chat and stuff like that. And of course, always welcome to come up on panel. Um, you know, we'll be respectful. Everybody will be respectful. And, that's just how it is. But I want to know if you've done readings on Brian Koberger.
Um, I wouldn't call them readings. I just sort of, it's weird with me. I sort of ask questions and I ask them out loud before I go to sleep. And then, because most of the time my communication happens in my dreams, although not all the time. Like just when he was on, visions of a sink kept popping in my head as if like he had just been recently working in the kitchen or doing some kind of plumbing. That just appeared in my head out of nowhere. So, and I forgot to ask him if he had been doing any kitchen work recently, but
Oh, yeah, you
it's
wanted
not.
to know about remodeling. I forgot.
Well, I think a picture of a sink just kept popping in my head while he was talking. Um, so um, when I see Kohlberger, it's really weird. Um, I'm not getting a whole lot, and I'm not getting like he did it, but the evidence is there that he did it. You know what I mean? I am not seeing him doing it or having that sort of evil, vicious, angry anger to kill someone. I'm not seeing it or
Okay,
feeling it. But
that's why I want you up here while I play this next video because I believe
oh,
she's real AF. It's about Brian. She did this video 9 months ago before anything ever happened. It was right after the murders. And I want you to see how accurate she is. And I want your opinion on it. Um,
sure.
it's
Let me
just
mute.
it's just crazy. All right, let's see. To stage. All right, you guys, you got to watch this. Let me put her link in chat real quick.
All right. But you have your vanished and forgotten name on there. If you guys haven't subbed over there, please go sub over there.
Here we go.
Okay. Are you there? Oh,
There
I
you go.
guess.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, I guess it would help if I bring on if I put up their pictures on. Now, it's hard to connect to all four. So I'm trying to see who maybe I feel drawn to the most. Maybe if I look at the picture of all, because I noticed like when I did Delphi, if I looked at both girls, I don't know, one seems stronger than the other. Like the boy went to go get drinks or something. The girls are dancing, but they're it's weird. So
Making sure this is the right one. Hold on.
okay. It's weird because I keep wanting to put them in some kind of bar or something like that. Or that they went one thing I can say is my chest is hurting really, really bad. Like I'm having a hard time breathing. Um,
You can see this was streamed 10 months ago, but I gotta find the right one.
and one.
Yeah. There's one that's triplets. That's where your 3 came in at.
So as you're looking, I do get a feeling of
Y'all don't leave
obsession.
me. I want you to hear this shit for real.
I'm
I
not
just gotta
leaving.
find it.
What's your names? I'm sorry.
No, but while you're
So,
looking, like, I get this sort of an obsession. I do
ask
get
you.
sort of a
What's your names? I'm sorry.
obsession. I guess is the only way I can
So,
think of, but I don't get any violence. I don't get any of that. So I'm really interested to hear what she has to say, and I'll shut up now.
Oh, I just need to find it. That's all.
was I gonna ask
And her spirit guide. Am I unmuted? Yeah, her spirit guide is Ted Bundy.
you? Crap, I don't remember. She's the one with the brown eyes, blonde hair, brown eyes. I'm gonna start off with the hard stuff first, unfortunately. It's weird, and you know, I don't know if he was actually wearing all black or something like that, but you know, that could be symbolic for someone that's, you know, breaking into a house and how I see them. But I always see that I like all day I keep seeing this person in black.
Okay.
Y'all keep in mind this was done 10 months ago, right when the murders happened, before we knew anything of Brian.
With like maybe even a ski mask. I know that sounds like really weird. And I'm not saying that they had that, but it's just I feel like maybe they didn't just walk down this. I don't know. Maybe they thought they were going to be seen by someone and they didn't want their face seen. It's kind of a weird thing because I don't feel it's weird. It's like I'm sitting and watching and waiting. Okay. There's a reference to I feel like I'm out that night with the person that's involved. I for some reason I feel like watching. Okay. Sitting and having a drink and watching. Like that's how it comes across. Okay. For some reason I feel like anger towards specifically the blondes, not necessarily the other two. I think they were just because they're friends with the blondes, because they're in the house. Like just it's almost like the two blondes were the target because maybe it comes across as that they felt they were better than everybody else. This person feels less than. He's very insecure, and I feel like that they've blown him off. But there's a history of feeling blown off with them. So I mean, I don't know if hey, dudes, chill out. Zuko, lay down. Come on now. Scared the crap out of me. I don't know about you guys. I just feel like a lot of anger or something.
Anger.
You know?
I lost my vape.
And I feel like this person has a tendency of getting angry really easily. Like it's not something that doesn't. It's not something that is like new for him.
Hey, if you eh, pause, thank you. Hey, if you want to say anything about any part, just tell me. Start talking, and I'll pause it. Okay.
Oh, I'll yell pause. But right now, like I
Okay.
said, I was trying to type in chat so you would see it. Because you said her spirit guide is Ted Bundy.
Mm-hmm.
I find it very interesting because I have never had the gall to ask them my guides their names. I've never had the gall to even.
Actually, watch this. I'm gonna go back to that, but watch this.
Thank you, I appreciate it. I just saw the
This
title
will
of that. I'm
show
like, wow.
you. See,
Like,
I was watching it.
um,
Oh, no problem at all. I wanted to show this because I'm just tired of people bashing people, and this is crazy. Okay.
like that was kind of crazy because I was just talking to him. I was like, yo, you want to talk to me about this? And then Tammy's like, oh, I can't find my phone charger. And I heard on table. And she goes and looks on the table, and that's where it's at.
Yeah.
I told her, I said, I think Ted Bundy just found a charger.
Wow.
He's in my house.
I think this
Oh my gosh.
lady is in love
That
with
cracks
him.
me up. That cracks me up so bad. I mean, it might not have been him, but it's just weird timing. So okay. Let me see. All right, Ted. I'm sorry, Libby's kind of running around rambunctiously right now. Her and Roscoe are chasing each other. All right, Ted, let's see what we have here.
That's good info.
Can you see my light's not doing that tonight? Wasn't that weird last night when it was like, and you could only see it on the camera? It's odd.
Y'all just have to hear this. Like, y'all just have to hear it. Like, especially how she finds out his age. Oh my God.
Okay. So.
Yeah.
All right, Ted. We are wanting to talk to you today about the Idaho 4 killings. I feel like you might have some information, either into the mind of the killer that maybe the kids aren't giving me, or anything else you want to say, since you helped catch the Green River Killer and you know the minds of a serial killer. Anything you want to tell me would be awesome. Please help me out on this because I feel like a crazy person even trying this.
No, this is awesome. Need good info. Come on.
I heard his voice.
Oh, I just got the chills.
He's usually very talkative. I just I might be struggling because of my own stuff.
He might be
Like,
quiet
kinda
because
tired.
Brian seems quiet.
He said I can tell you he's a psychopath. I don't know the difference between psycho and socio, really, but that's what he's labeling him as. Hey, Rose.
Okay.
I'm okay. Everything's okay, babe.
Do y'all hear Penelope snoring?
Okay. He says works in the area, lives in the area. He said he took a play out of my playbook, didn't he?
Okay, hold on. Okay.
So how is she doing it? Because we don't see below. Is she doing automatic writing? Is she just doing EVPs?
I think
How
she's
is
just
she getting the?
scribbling. You know how Tyler does it with the celebrities, how he scribbles?
All right, so automatic writing. Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I think that's what she's doing. It's what it sounds like anyway. But also she says she heard him, so maybe she's audio clip. What's it called?
Okay. I was just, like I said, I didn't know how I was getting it because like we don't see what she's doing. So I
Yeah,
was wondering
I
like,
just
well, how is she getting it?
yeah, I just figured it because I heard her scratching on a piece of paper.
Oh, did you? I didn't. Okay.
Yeah.
Go on. I'm sorry.
Yes.
His words.
Oh, I just got chills.
He's
I
kind of
believe it.
smiling and he's like he's kind of smiling and he's like, I don't blame him. Dang it. I need to plug in my computer. I just decided it wanted to. Sorry guys, I had enough charge and it kind of just went down all of a sudden. I have to unplug my heater. That sucks. Hold on. One of those things. He said if given the chance, he will kill again. He talks about bloodlust, the bloodlust being there.
Wow.
Okay. Bloodlust is a very interesting way to put it. And that changed my own opinion of things.
What is
Um,
that?
Getting off on killing and seeing blood, um, the bloodlust of it, to watch the blood kind of trail or pour out of someone. That's
Like they
kind of
did
the
with the
bloodlust.
like they did with Abby in the Delphi.
So it makes me think of it more sexually versus violent thinking. And so this completely changed my opinion of what I thought it was. And so I'm so happy that you put this on. But that gave me a whole different feeling on it as soon as I heard that word.
Well, just wait.
He says he's more personal with it. I need to take this bottle away.
Y'all, this woman is booked with readings until January.
He talks about he says like there's things he does in secret.
Oh.
There's a reference to animals.
Maybe he was the one
Okay.
that skinned the dog.
I don't know if he's saying because I know Ted Bundy, I believe, killed animals. Which he knows I don't like that. But
All right.
I don't know if he's trying to say that is connected or that it's just something that he's done. The guy's done.
Okay.
He says he's a little different than him, though. And that he's so sloppy. Like he's not gonna go as long as Ted did. And I think it's partly because he's not traveling.
Okay.
Because Ted shows me him traveling and then he shows me this guy like in the area. But he says you won't suspect him. He's not he's not someone that you would suspect. And so I'm asking him because is he older? I get a headache with him for some reason. He shakes his head.
Could the headache come from visual snow, or can the visual snow come from a headache? Does anyone know?
It can be either. Actually, I know a lot about this. I researched that myself because I hadn't heard of that even as a physician's assistant, which means I went to medical school and I
Mhm.
work under a doctor. I can prescribe you, I can diagnose you, everything. It just another doctor has to sign off on what I do. So I
Right.
went to medical school, and I think it can be both. The answer to your question, I think it can be both. However, I think the headache is different and completely separate from the visual snow. I
Okay.
think, yeah, I think that the headaches, he's trying to tell her that he has a constant headache problem, but also has visual snow. I think they're separate.
Okay.
Said yes with that.
Okay.
So I'm like, am I looking for a young kid? Um, he says no.
Okay.
He shows me the guy sitting in front of a computer. Like that's what he, and that could be for, certain things that he's watching to.
Yeah.
He says bondage, like, those websites, like pornography websites where they have like the sadistic kind of stuff. Like I feel like he's kind of into that. But again, he tells me the word impotent. So
Oh,
he's
What's impotent? Not impotent,
She means
not
impotent.
impotent.
She means
Okay.
impotent.
Okay.
huh.
he's basically just
And
validating
I agree, by the way, with her
like
that
this guy.
Say that again.
I agree with her that he's impotent.
Okay.
Yep.
Likes
That's
that
why
kind of
I
stuff.
didn't that's why I didn't see the sexual aspect of it, because he's impotent. So I didn't see in a sexual sort of way until she mentioned bloodlust, and I'm thinking back to give me a minute, let me Google this so I can get this guy's name. Serial killer. 1 second.
Okay. I'm gonna play while you look for it. Okay. Just let me know when you find it.
But he can't perform doing it. But I also get he is
He can't perform.
saying that this was, I get revenge, I get from rejection, I get um
Yeah.
for them just being biatches and WHORES. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that.
No.
I
Wow.
didn't really say it.
You're good.
He's like
Wow.
he has the same thing, like the same. He says they're very similar, and that's why he keeps coming in, is that they're very similar. He tells me like he basically tried to copy, but put his
Yeah.
own spin on it. That's what Ted's saying. So that's when he says like he took a piece out of my playbook. Um,
Okay.
like he slipped in and out of the house the same way. He watched them the same way. He followed him home from the bar the same way. Like that's what he's showing me. That is all similar.
You will notice that she keeps saying the bar.
And
Wow.
Ted is saying that he meant to kill those other two people, and he thought they were, but he was in a hurry. So,
Okay.
same number of victims essentially.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's Andre Chikatilo, and um, I can't really get
But
into how
he
gross this
Oh,
he
wait,
is,
says
but
there's
hold on.
something.
he was he was impotent to the point where the only time he would be able to, let's say, climax
Mm.
was when the blood was pouring out of someone, like a little child or an adult. And that was the only time I'd be able to get any satisfaction. Andre Chikatilo was with that bloodlust. And so that's why he reminded me of Andre Chikatilo, because he was impotent as well. But as soon as he cut someone's throat, he would climax.
Wow. Wow.
About like specific.
Wow. So that would mean that he would become a serial killer if he wouldn't have been caught. Because that's how
Absolutely.
he gets off. Wow.
Yep.
Specifically those
Crazy.
4 that like this guy just didn't. There's some kind of, I hear altercation. And I don't really know when that would have happened, but he says that word to me.
Okay.
I feel kind of sick.
There was an altercation at the food truck with one of the girls.
Yeah, but that was an ex, wasn't it?
I don't know who she was talking to, but she told him to F off.
That was her ex.
Okay.
Or whoever the guy was. That was a younger guy. This guy, he's telling me like he's more like was Ted like in his 30s or something?
I don't know.
No, didn't he start? He started in his 20s, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Or not, actually he started in his teens. So he started really young. This guy, he just feels older to me, and I really don't know. Like sometimes he feels older, sometimes he feels younger. I don't really know. It's almost like he's saying that he held on to it for a while and something like snapped. Like he shows me the brain psychologically. He shows me like that. I don't know why I'm getting this, but it's like the brain, and then you know how like you would see like electricity like in the brain like as it's working like symbolically, and he's showing me like it misfiring or something. So it's symbolic for something happening in the brain. But he's talking about trauma or traumatic something that kind of shifted. But also, like he says, he has these desires that he can't fulfill, but he does not take rejection. Like he can't take rejection. I'm asking if this was a kid at the school. I'm getting a no. Like inner circle, he's just telling me no. He's like, I didn't know any of the girls that I killed. Like he didn't know any of them personally. If he just saw them and he just wanted to kill him, that's what he did, or unalive him. And so that's kind of what he's saying. Is that you don't have to know somebody personally to do something like this. Although that he's saying that is kind of mostly how, it is mostly someone that you know, in not all instances. He does show me that he'd been in that. Like that came in the reading last night about him being in the house. He's been in the house before for some reason, whether it be to, buy something off of him or go have a drink or whatever. Like I said, I think he's older, but he looks younger. Like he seems younger. He might hang out with the younger crowd, but he's older. Like at least, I mean, could be 40s, but at least 30s. How old was Ted when he got caught?
Here we go.
I don't know.
Can you Google that? Because he says around the age I got caught.
Bam.
He just flashed me a picture of him with a beard and mustache, like when he grew it out for some reason. Because I think that might be how he always like looks. He's talking about they're very similar. Like he's talking about he could be his brother. Like that's how similar they look. But like we were saying, like a wish,
Yeah.
like a wish version. But there's just like similarities.
Okay.
I'm not saying they look exactly like, but there's similarities that he's talking about.
Okay. Well, he was arrested when he was 28, and then he escaped, and they captured again at 31.
How old is Brian Kohlberger? Anyone know how old Brian Kohlberger is?
I
Brian
thought he was
Kohlberger
36.
is 28.
Oh, 28. I was way off.
And Ted
But
said he's the
so
age I
from what she's
was.
saying, she's describing I typed in the chat, a narcissistic psychopath. So not a sociopath at all, a psychopath.
Yeah, she said in the beginning, I think that she didn't know the difference in them or whatever. Yep. He said he's the age that I was when I got caught, 28. And that was correct. Guys, this is all before we knew anything.
My dog outside started freaking out, freaked everybody else out. And sorry, because Lyra's I have her tied up out here because she's escaping. So,
Right.
Anyways, that dog's kind of working alone. So I apologize, guys. It's just really bad timing. I don't know what she's after, but she's after something.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay. Gotta settle.
Yeah, at first I was like, man, that bitch ain't talking to no Ted Bundy. You know what I mean? And then when I watched this, I was like, holy shit. Maybe she is talking to Ted Bundy.
The tribe.
That bark is her normal bark. That's more like I'm going after something bark. So I do live in coyote country.
Yeah.
So I apologize for that.
Did you want me to repeat?
So yeah, how old was he when he got caught the second time?
31.
31. Okay, so that's why I was kind of getting like 30s. So around the age that he got caught, so probably 30s, but he might. I mean, that makes more sense. That might be why I'm getting like older and younger.
Yeah.
Because when you're 30, you're kind of both. You're kind of like in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay. It's weird. He just put devil horns on the guy. I don't know if he's trying to say that he's possessed kind of thing, or if he's just, an evil guy like that. But he said you would never know it.
Right.
Like he says he acts normal like I did. But he might make some weird remarks sometimes. That are like kind of like red flags, but people kind of brush it off because he seems like a normal guy.
Okay.
He says good at fooling people. Because he's strongly saying that he's a psychopath, but it's like you wouldn't really get the vibe off of him because he's kind of showing me him like being nice, shaking hands. I wonder, because I was kind of hearing this last night, but I kind of didn't say it. But it's coming in again about business owning or like having a business or something like that. But he has this whole other side to him and whole other side.
Now, mind you, everything she says is not accurate, but the majority of what she says is.
To his life, like going on the computer and having these weird fantasies and like being kind of weird and awkward. it's almost like there's two sides, the sides he shows to everybody and how he really is, kind of thing.
Okay.
And he shows me like he's like really, for some reason he shows me he's fascinated with horror movies, and he's got like horror movie stuff like all over his, like, I don't know if it's like, I keep seeing posters, and I think that came out before, but like horror movie pictures on the wall, or figurines or something like that. Like that comes in, and him showing me that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And I hear the words studied me. So I don't know if he actually had a thing, like maybe he thinks he kind of looked like him. I don't know. It's really weird. It's really, I don't know how to explain it, but it's almost like he's saying like he kind of looks like him or favors him, so he wanted to learn about him.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And I don't even know if that makes sense. It's really weird, but he's kind of talking like he studied him to kind of be like him.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Well, he's saying something like a mentor beyond the grave. Leave it to Ted to say something like that.
Wow, yeah.
You know? It's kind of creepy, Ted, honestly. He says people idolize him.
Yes.
And women love him.
Yep.
He's like, I mean, look at you're talking to me.
Yes, we know.
We're trying to get information, Ted.
Yes, Ted. No flirting time.
You know. So, it's almost like he has some sort of charisma, but it's not. He says he'll never be like me. He's not good like me.
Yeah.
I still get the blue eyes. Like he's even showing me the blue eyes now, but he says like they're kind of like dark. Like it's weird because I don't know. Maybe they change. Because you know Ted's kind of looks like his look like a steel blue or like really deep blue. But I was thinking maybe they could be a little bit lighter, but they might be like that. Okay. I mean, there's reference to peeping in windows. There's this whole fascination thing of being around like being around college kids and wanting to kind of, I don't know how to explain it.
Like a blend in type thing.
Yeah, but he like has a thing about like trying to fit in with the college kids or something, but he's got a thing for, like I said, I don't know. I see him being like obsessive. Man, I hope this is right and I'm not.
She always second guesses herself, but look how accurate she is.
I don't know. I like second guessing. I'm trying not to. I'm trying because my readings are seeming to go against the grain. They are, everybody's saying it's someone close and it's someone that, you know, what is going on out there? It's someone close and it's someone that they all know and it's their inner circle and it was something like that. And it just doesn't, I mean, at first, I guess it never felt like that because the very first reading I got that it wasn't like that.
Right.
And so I just.
What did you get that you're not saying?
No, I didn't get anything. I'm not saying. I'm doing this whole Aquarius thing where I'm second guessing everything. But he shows me like he specifically wears like work boots or something like that. And I was trying to think because I was getting the idea like military stuff like this doesn't really feel like, you know, I was getting military stuff last night. Like it doesn't really feel like something a military guy would do. I don't know if that's someone that maybe wanted to join the military and didn't, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Just going. I apologize for the distractions, guys. Seriously. I mean, I can't control if there's coyotes outside, and I don't know what that was about. So he was laying down, and then all of a sudden he got up and acted weird. So I don't know if it was an energetic thing or not, or he's just being dumb. But
Right.
okay. I would remake this video if I could, but I can't. So we're stuck on it. Anyways, back to the military feel. I don't know if he was actually in or he just.
What?
I think she's just misinterpreting. And so when she sees the work boots and she sees the military uniform, she's misinterpreting that. What I think her guide was saying is sort of a prim, proper, always well dressed, no wrinkles in his shirt kind of person,
Mhm.
and not necessarily that military hardness, but more of that prim, proper.
Okay, I get it now. And that's where the boots would come from like the military part.
Yes. So I think she's
And it's not.
misinterpreting a little bit, which is really easy to do, like I said, but because I get my opinion of what I see is more of a prim, that there's not a wrinkle, there's not a lint, everything is perfect on the uniform. That kind of thing is what my impression was of him.
Um, I said that she's not, not 100% accurate on everything she says, but the majority of what she says is
Oh no,
accurate.
oh no,
And
I'm not like downing her at
oh no,
all.
I
I
was
just think,
talking to somebody in chat.
oh, okay.
Yeah, but she does say where she thinks the knife is. But yeah, so the military part was just that he's in a military mental state, as in he probably has straight iron sheets and clothes that are ironed and well taken care of, like you have to do like at boot camp and stuff. But he's
Yes,
never
that's
been
the
there.
impression I got was, and so I think that's what her guide means when saying about the military, not how she took it. And which again is really easy to misinterpret things. But I think that's what the guide was getting at.
Okay, that makes sense.
Wanted to be.
Because I know as soon as people hear military, they want to go back to Kopaka, and it's like, stop.
That's
Or
why I also
what
wanted to say that to make sure people knew.
Yeah. Thank you.
I mean, like it comes across like he might have wanted to be. I don't know if he actually was. Like that's something I can't really pin down. He actually was, or he just wanted to be, or there's something in his background with that. But see, there goes the freaking security badge again, or badge. Maybe he wanted to be a cop at one time or something. I don't.
Bam. What he applied for. He applied to work at the sheriff's office, right? In some department.
I don't understand what that's about either because he's giving it to me too. Like he
Okay.
wanted authority or something like that. Because he says the word narcissist, like he's a narcissist. But he says like me. Well, at least
Yeah.
you're admitting now. But he shows me work boots and jeans, like he wears a lot of work boots and jeans. He's showing me like his closet. His closet is like he might have a little bit of OCD, which is weird because this is a very crazy crime. Wasn't neat at all. I don't know why he's showing me his closet. It's kind of weird, but it's like all the clothes are lined up and all the shoes are kind of lined up. I don't know why he's showing me that. It kind of makes no sense. Okay, it's weird what he just said right now. He said this is kind of like the Delphi girls, which we've kind of thought that was an interconnect due to the 13th and everything.
That's what I just said earlier when you was talking about bloodlust or whatever that word is. And the Delphi murderer drained the blood out of Abby. That's why there was no blood on them whenever they were found. And now they're bringing up Delphi. So let's see.
Everything, but he's comparing the type of person, like no one thought about that guy doing it, and then one day he just did it.
Okay.
But he, you know, he's it's 11:11 right now, but I didn't expect him to compare that right now, but he is comparing it in like the type of person.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not somebody that you're gonna expect. It's not somebody that acts really weird and stuff. So I'm asking him about like all the stuff that's going on around the college now, all that weird stuff. He says it's college kids screwing around because they think it's fun. I'm like, it's not connected to this guy. They're like, no, it's like they're trying to make it into a movie, like a Scream movie is what everybody's kind of, talking about. So I just had the weirdest thing come to me. You know, how we're talking about the layout of the house makes me wonder if the girls ever had to have someone come in and fix something for them.
I'm not sure.
Because if they did, if they had something break, someone had to come in and fix it, the house.
Right.
So that's another type of person that would know the house besides just people that party there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that kind of thought came into me because I kind of get, again, that he has some kind of business.
Mm-hmm.
I have the same thing, but I thought it was nothing until she said that. I feel he was there before, and I feel that he either was fixing the internet or he was fixing a computer there, that he had already been in that
Really?
building in the past. Yes, I got that feeling. I let it go. I thought I was misinterpreting it until she just said that. I'm really surprised. Like
Wow.
as soon as she said that, it confirmed my feeling that I just deleted out of my mind, thinking I got the wrong information or I
Second guessing
misunderstood it.
yourself.
Yep.
That's what y'all do a lot. But that's two or three things so far that you've actually agreed with her
It's
on.
4, actually. I've been counting.
Okay.
This that he does.
I have to go
He
outside
keeps
and I
showing
have
me
to
his
move my
this
car
guy's
so
hands,
my
and
lawn can
that
be
usually
mowed.
tells
So
me
I
that
will be back in a little bit, okay?
Okay.
someone works with their hands, does something with their hands. Usually, fixes things or builds things or something like that. That's usually what that means to me. That's kind of weird because I wasn't expecting to get like that kind of thing, but it's weird because it's kind of coming in like he's showing me him walking around in the house. This guy. And so it makes me wonder if it's not someone that's been in there to fix something. Like that's kind of the feeling he's making me have with it. But he also shows me like he says he drives around and looks in people's windows.
That's creepy.
And their windows didn't have coverings on them.
I mean, Ted did the same thing. he would go around and look in windows and do things while he was looking in windows. But this is more of a there's something wrong with this guy's drive, or
Do you see this
like not
9
being able
months
to
ago?
perform, or you know what I mean? Like it might come and go, but there's something about that he keeps
It says December 1st, 2022 is when this was.
referencing to me. Like maybe he has all those feelings, but he can't have a release. Like that's what, or he struggles with that. And that's what Ted's talking about right now. But this was brutal, and he took it out on the whole time in his head. He's cussing out the B's, those W's, those effing C's, like in his head as he's doing this. It comes across as an act of rage, revenge for maybe not seeing him or not reciprocating feelings or maybe blowing him off. He shows me too, like him sitting at a bar. Again, we're going back to the bar thing. So he's talking about also him being an alcoholic, about drinking. Ted says he didn't really need any of that stuff. He was just, he could do it. And I mean, he says, I had no remorse. This guy, it feels like alcohol is a big part. It's almost like it fuels demons with him. But it also, he doesn't do good on alcohol. Like if he drinks, he's not a very nice person. He gets upset. And I feel like he has this rage inside of him, is what Ted is saying. He has this rage inside of him that he can't really control. Sometimes he says it just unleashes. But there's something about this. It's like he's saying this built up. He's talking about it building up, and there being some kind of trauma. I'm curious if this person has had a car accident or had some kind of really hard emotional trauma or something that flipped everything, because that's kind of what he's talking about with the trauma and the brain. Like there's some kind of trauma that flipped a switch. So Ted was 31.
I don't see Brian's name in here at all. I see Ted Bundy speaks on Idaho 4 killer. I don't see Brian Koberger anywhere in here, except for maybe in the comments, but I had an idea to channel Ted Bundy since I had twice before, and since he helped catch the Green River Killer. Similar repeated readings. Nothing says Brian Koberger.
When he got caught, and he's saying when I got caught. So that would make this guy in his 30s, like 31. But like weird, it seems like he seems older, he seems younger. Like I have a hard time pinning an age on him for some reason, and I think it's just might be he either looks older or younger for his age or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to tell because he's not as clear as I would like. And again, I don't understand what the curls are. I don't know if it's another girl that he's showing me he's watching, like that could be the curls, or if the guy actually has curly hair, or if there's a connection with curly hair. Like it, I don't really know where that's coming in at because he's showing it to me too, but I don't know I don't really know what the significance of it is. Like every time I would try to see this guy, I would see kind of curly hair, so, or like wavy hair or whatever. I'm getting tingles on my head with that for some reason.
Okay.
So it must be relevant in some way.
Yeah.
he said that the difference is like he would fulfill his urges whenever he felt the need to fulfill it, and he wasn't worried about getting caught. He always thought he wasn't going to get caught. He was very arrogant, and he wasn't going to get caught. That's the way that Ted says. He says this guy has very similar, like he's arrogant. He doesn't think he's going to get caught. She says that's why he hasn't left. No one's looking in his direction, is the way that this comes across. And he says that he doesn't get his urges filled, though. I don't know. He says there's things that they haven't been able to tie to him.
Okay.
And that might not even be in the same area or anything. I don't even know what he's talking about. He said just like things they couldn't tie to me.
Okay.
So that would be cases that maybe that maybe we thought Ted did, but we weren't sure about, kind of thing. Like you can be tied to it. It's like the same thing here. It feels like he might have victims that I don't. I'm asking if this was his first time, and he's telling me no. It's just, I feel like it maybe was a different crime.
Okay.
He shows me a woman being strangled, actually.
Okay.
He says was his first. And I hope he's talking about this killer, not him. I don't think. Okay.
Okay.
And so I don't know when that was or where it was or anything like that, but he's showing me like a woman being strangled and kind of off the side of the road somewhere. He says missing person. So it was one of those things where it's off the.
Aren't they investigating that case in PA still about that missing woman?
You know, he says he likes the breaking in of the houses and everything. Like he likes that control of breaking in, taking control.
Yeah.
What he did. But this was just an incident where he lost it on someone. And so it's not really. He just says it was an urge he fulfilled.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, missing person in the area. I don't know. I get the name Angela. I don't know where that fits. Not our Angela.
Hold on to it.
Yeah, because that's what he was showing me about this guy. Like that he lost it and just he's had his, like he makes me feel like he did something before.
Okay.
I don't know. He says when he did this, it was like, I know people are saying it's not planned, but the way that it comes across was that it was.
Okay.
It was to a certain point. And that was, you know, he waited till they all went to sleep. I really feel like he wore gloves and some kind of, you know, just black or whatever he had. And I actually think that he thought about doing this before. He says obsession can make you do crazy things, but also the urge to unalive people. That's what Ted's saying. He's like, and then he's like, you get it in your head where these women are B's and C's and W's, and you act on those feelings.
I know I
He
don't
keeps
feel any
showing
like the
me
past
like
thing she said, the past 60 seconds.
Maddie's
I
bikini
don't
picture
agree at
for some
all.
reason. Like, I don't know if that's why the guy was like fixated on her or something. I hope this isn't like wrong. I'm always questioning it because I go back to how brutal it was, and I'm just like, but he says, you know, look, as I'm questioning that, he's like, look at the brutality of mine, and I didn't know my victims.
Yeah.
Like they just ticked me off.
Right.
They felt they, you know, acted like they were too good for me, and I didn't have control over them, which is what I wanted, was control.
Okay.
Yeah. And he says that yes, if to us it seems like a coward way to do it, but to him, it was total control.
Okay.
Because he had control regardless if they were asleep or not. He was in control. Breaking into the house was in control. This was about control.
I feel the control
This was
issue
about coming. He says this was about
too,
coming
but
into
I
your
don't
personal
see this
space
violent. I feel the
and doing what you
violence.
want. Because he talks about your home is supposed to be sacred. Your home is supposed to be safe. This is coming in, and I'm getting chills with that. This is coming in and breaking that.
Yeah.
It's breaking the security and the safety that you think that you have in your home.
Yeah.
And that's, he says that's why the Night Stalker did what he did. So now he's referencing the Night Stalker.
Okay.
I look at him and I said, "Are you sure, Ted?" And he said, "Yes, this is not a kid."
Okay.
He says, "Look how he went in and out of that house, just like I did." He says, "I wouldn't have gotten caught if I hadn't have overindulged."
Okay.
You know, he overindulged by the 12-year-old.
Yeah.
You know, and so that's what he's talking about. Like, he wouldn't have gotten caught if he would have just not overindulged and left the area or whatever after that. Like, he wouldn't have gotten caught for that crime.
Okay.
He was in and out.
Yeah.
You know, really quick. He says like a thief in the night. So it was, you know, and then that 3 o'clock comes in is a time where, you know, it's everybody should be deep sleep by 3 o'clock. And it's, I hear the witching hour. I don't know if it really is, but it's almost like that's just the time to do it. He says that's another thing we had in common was the 3 o'clock or 3 o'clock hour.
Okay.
So he's saying he took it out of my playbook. So I feel like this guy studied or knew this case. He just put his own twist.
I wonder if that's the page they found out of a book. Do you remember the page number
on it?
Yeah.
Because again, he's got the fascination to knives and swords.
Yeah.
And again, like I feel like if I'm looking maybe at a certain part of his house or his room or something, it's kind of weird. It's almost like childish, like with all these horror movie stuff everywhere. And that might be symbolic, but I just keep seeing like horror movie posters.
Yeah.
And like, so he has like a weird fascination with horror movies and serial killers. Like that keeps coming in. That's something I kind of can't like let go of. So and it's weird. Like I see this guy alone, so I don't see that he hasn't even really comes over to see any of this stuff. And this might be like his own little collection. I'm not saying it's like all over his house. He just might like have like a little horror movie collection or something.
Okay.
I need chills on my head or tingles on my head. apologize for my dog barking outside, guys. I hear the word stone. I don't really know what that means. I don't know if it's a last name or a name on the street or what the heck it is. I don't.
Or maybe he was stoned.
Oh, I have no idea. He says this was about taking their power away.
Okay.
Because they were sleeping. So it's about taking their power away. And he found another way to satisfy his needs besides the other needs. Yeah. But there's some kind of, I feel like, snubbing, like maybe she's like someone snubbed him. But then it comes across as I just get this like this overwhelming obsessive feeling.
Okay.
And again, I get referenced that which I haven't been able to find, obsession, dark desires. And so, I mean, those people, they just get obsessed and they don't ever do SA or anything.
What do you guys think about this video so far?
They just do away with who they're obsessed with for whatever reason. I mean, who knows why they do what they do. Like Ted saying, like, he's not, the guy is not like, he says he's a true psychopath because he's like him, like he's really good at hiding, this kind of stuff, or even his desires to do it. He says he seems like a normal guy. You're not walking around looking for a guy that acts like a killer. That's what he says.
Yeah.
This is someone that it's like he says least expect. Like, like he says no difference than the whole Rick Allen thing. I don't know why he keeps bringing that up. I think because it's on the 13th and it's pretty similar. Knives were used and no one suspected that guy for years.
Yeah.
And this is all alleged, but it's kind of that kind of feeling. Like the guy just decides to do that one day and there's we don't know if there was any signs, but it doesn't seem like it. I mean, they seem normal. He says, look, I seemed normal, but I was brazen. He's talking about how brazen he was to do what he did and to, he said, I didn't even care. I just put him in my car and just started attacking him in my car. Like, that's what he shows me. He didn't even care. Broad daylight, didn't even care. He was that arrogant that he wasn't going to get caught.
Yeah.
He didn't care about any of that. And, there wasn't DNA and stuff back then. But,
Right.
so I asked him if he's going to get caught. He says he's going to get caught. He says it's going to be really huge and everybody's going to be really surprised by this person. He says, as always, it's the last person you're going to expect. So I'm asking, like, is it boyfriend, ex? Just getting a no with, like, being in the circle or whatever.
Okay.
Like, again, he feels feels older, but maybe he, he tried to befriend these young kids because he's in a college town.
Yeah.
But he keeps showing me back on the computer, so I think that might be where, like, maybe he's seen her, but then he started following her and kind of got a little obsessed. He says, well, if they don't want him to do it again, they better catch him.
Yes.
The cop, he's talking about the cop saying it's like isolated. He says if he has to, he'll just go somewhere else. But he's saying the way he's telling me is that it's not like an ice, like he's already, he says, yes, they were targeted, but I mean, this guy could target someone else, like just a different obsession.
Yeah.
He said something weird right now. He says, people pass killers every day and don't even know it.
Yeah.
I mean, how many years did Ted get away with it? I'm getting 7, but I know he got away with it longer than that, but I'm just wondering about his spree thing.
Right.
Like not counting when he was younger, like his.
Yeah.
Do you know how many years it was?
No.
Can you Google that for me? Please.
It says 1974 to 1978.
That's when I was born.
4 years. Wonder if he's giving me 7 because he was actually active before that. We just don't know about it.
It says possibly earlier. Yep.
Okay. So he gave me 7. I'm wondering about 7 years for him. Which makes sense because I think when I did the reading on him, he gave me a lot more than what we know about, like 100 or something like that. I don't remember.
And then it says 30 murders committed in 7 states.
Oh, okay. There's the 7 too.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's a good validation. I'm talking to him then because I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Which is weird because 7 came in the reading too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, like I'm trying to get more information on the dude, and I don't know if he's allowed to tell me. Get off of there, Libby. Why cats like to climb on the computer? I don't understand it.
Yeah.
They'll like to walk across it, turn it off. Nothing happened, did it?
No.
Stop, Libby.
Should be good. Come on, Lily. We're trying to get a description.
Jesus. Well, I was looking at him and it was like weird. It's like he had me put a beard and mustache because he's shaven in this one I'm looking at.
Okay.
And it's darker. And then he has me put like wavy hair on him. I don't know if it's like curly or wavy, but it feels like it's like thicker. Ouch. What the heck? Like I feel like he kind of looks a lot like him. Like the nose is very similar. The nose is very similar to his nose. The facial, like the face, the way that the shape of the face is very similar, and the jawline and the chin is very similar. But I don't know if he has like a little like dimple or something like on his chin. I don't know. Because that kind of comes in like the face shape and the nose are really similar, and then he keeps like the eyes, you know.
Yep.
I don't know if he's just saying like they're kind of like his eyes. I mean, I keep getting blue eyes for some reason. But it's like darker, like a different color blue or something. I mean, they remind me of like when I look at his eyes, I like see Ted Bundy's eyes. It's so odd. Like this is the weirdest thing. This is the weirdest thing. Like I will be pleasantly surprised if he has no features of Ted Bundy at all.
Yeah.
Because it's almost like he's telling me like he looks a lot like him, and maybe that's why he is taking a play out of his playbook.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. I didn't even see it. I was in the other screen. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. What is the
Trying to see what
reason?
else I can get. It seems like wider shoulders, like maybe a stockier guy. And again, I get like his color brown. I don't feel like a red. Like it feels just like regular brown. But I mean, sometimes it could be lighter. Like that. That's the color I keep getting.
Yeah.
Tonight. A stockier build. Medium build, he says. Medium build. I know I'm kind of like, I feel like I'm telling you guys stuff that's like obvious. Like as far as like his personality and stuff. Or Ted's telling you that stuff, but he says master manipulator, like he was.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's something about like, didn't Ted drop out of college too? I don't think he finished.
Either.
So that kept coming in last night too. So there's a lot of like freaky similarities, like almost like Ted reincarnated.
Yeah, that seems creepy.
There's a lot. There's like too many like similarities that it's like it's so weird. There's something with Scorpio though that keeps coming in. I don't know if that has anything to do with the planets or if he's a Scorpio and any of his signs. I'm not really sure about that. I don't really know. I don't know because that's not the first time I've gotten that. I feel like he walks around town a lot or something. Or he's just in town a lot. Like, he says to drown his sorrows. Like, I don't know. My goodness gracious.
Yeah.
He says binge drinker. Like, he's, because I've gotten alcoholic before, but he says it's like a like a binge drinking that he does.
Yeah.
And he's like walking distance to the bar, like he doesn't have to drive.
Okay.
Um, he says, but at the same time, he's like in good shape. Um, he puts an orange jumpsuit on him, so that makes me feel like eventually, hopefully, he'll caught.
Okay.
I hope I'm perceiving that right, because I think I've gotten that myself before.
Yeah. I can hear it purring.
Stop. She's trying to kill my cords. It's weird. He showed me like he put on a pair of glasses and took them off. I don't really know if he needs glasses or if he wears glasses. I think that came up before too, like where he sometimes wears glasses. Because Ted Bundy did that too, didn't he? Didn't he like put on glasses? Yeah, it's kind of like, what the fuck? Is he like your twin or something? What the heck is going on here? Weird. Unless he's talking about himself, but I'm just curious of why he would put on glasses. I mean, we're talking about the guy, so I don't think he's talking about himself.
Right.
Why, Voodoo? Thanks, back on my BS.
I can you hear me?
Yeah, I forgot you was up
Okay.
here.
Um, I yeah, I I was away for a while. And I apologize, but I muted and everything before I left. But I don't know. That gives me an uncomfortable sort of feeling. Like I don't know. That is where I mean, and I'm not bullying or criticizing, but I don't know. That seems like a come on about the Ted Bundy is my spirit guide thing. I that makes me uncomfortable, and the way she keeps constantly, oh well, didn't Ted Bundy, have fake glasses or whatever, and she keeps doing that, and that bothers me. Just personally, that bothers me that she keeps bringing up Ted Bundy like that's some kind of come on or watch me because my spirit guide is Ted Bundy. That I'm just being honest. That part bothers me a little bit.
Okay, I understand. I don't know. So you don't think she's talking to Ted Bundy?
It's not that I have no idea, and really, with my rules, that's none of my business. But the way she keeps mentioning it and keeps doing it, with comparison to Koberger bothers me. I it's how she keeps bringing him up with the comparisons.
But there
It's
are
like a
many
ploy,
comparisons.
and, and I agree. It's just I don't know. She tries to make sure that that's very very clear. I guess I don't know. It gives me a weird feeling, but I don't get the same feeling like the manipulation. And maybe I don't get it because this guy really had no one to manipulate. I mean, he was sort of isolated. He lived a very isolated life. So there wasn't anyone really for him to manipulate as a narcissist. So even though he did have narcissistic tendencies, he didn't really have anyone to like pull it on. But and here's the thing, like, if Ted Bundy was my spirit guide, would I trust him? Hell's no. But that's just me.
I don't know. I kind of think that it's like kind of accurate because there are so many
Oh,
similarities
no, there are, and
in
I am owning up to that. There are. It's just the way she says it, or maybe the way it's coming across just to me, makes me a little bit uncomfortable. That's I so the way she keeps doing it, you know, and when I get that feeling in my gut, that's when I type it.
It's okay. Like I said earlier, hey, Turtle Gang, look at you. Um, I I respect everyone's opinion and what everyone has to say because like you might say something that might change my thinking on things that I never thought about, and I might
Yeah,
disagree with
well, I
you
completely
also,
agree.
but
Like, remember there was things like I'm like, I thought about this a certain way, but now that she says that, I understand what somebody else was trying to tell me. There
yeah.
have been times, where sorry about the fire engine. That there have been times where I completely, she's changed how I thought about things. But then when I hear her, talk about Ted Bundy in certain ways, it just makes me feel ooey.
We'll see, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. I don't know if we'll ever find out.
Also, there's something about like also him being kind of jealous that they're privileged. Because it comes across as them being privileged and popular, and him being kind of jealous of that. Like that kind of feeling comes in as well.
Okay.
Like I keep getting this "you're too good for me" vibe.
Wow.
Like
Okay.
you act or you think you're too good for me vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of like he feels like they snubbed their nose at him or something, or one of them did. That's really weird, Ted. I don't know why you're showing me that. He showed me someone holding a heart. I don't know what that means. It's kind of weird. No idea. Freaking odd as heck.
I know what
It's
that
symbolic or
means.
what? It's kind of
Okay.
like weird vision that he gives me.
I know what that means. Pause it.
Okay.
All right. So the pulling out the heart isn't what people think. People think that it's being gross or being this, but the pulling out the heart, I learned the hard way when a guide explains that. They're not talking about that. They're talking about no emotion. They're pulling out the heart, meaning there are no feelings of love or of anything, that this person just has no emotion at all. That's so people misinterpret that. I learned the hard way what that meant. So maybe she doesn't know what that means of the pulling out the heart. Just means this person has no emotion, no loyalties, no sadness, no sorrow, doesn't feel any guilt for what they have done, that kind of thing.
It's weird. I keep seeing him in those boots for some reason.
Okay.
They're like the either work or hiking boots or something like that. Like with the
Yeah.
ridges.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he's showing me that to say he kept them and washed them and they might be possible evidence on him, or that he just is a guy that wears boots. Like,
Okay.
is mostly you see these kids, they wear tennis shoes and stuff. They don't really wear like those kind of boots that I've seen. I've seen them all wearing tennis shoes.
Right.
So that makes me wonder if that's just another validation for that he's not one of the young kids.
Yeah.
Because he shows me like him living alone, like walking around in his own house, like drinking beer, drinking alcohol, like walking around in his own house, like doing that.
Okay.
It feels like it's a 1-bedroom is the way it comes across. I hear duplex, so I don't know. That would make sense if it's one and there's like something upstairs, like the stairs I was getting.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. But or again, it kind of like how it came in last night, like he could have 2 separate residences, like one house and one apartment or something, which is kind of weird. I don't know why you do that unless you rent out the other one.
Right.
But he just keeps saying like it's the last person you'd ever think about. I'm asking, I said RSO, he says no.
Okay.
Not that he's been caught for anything like that. But the battery, yeah. Or like he got upset or something. There's some kind of like that came in the very first time I did the reading. So, and that keeps coming in like he has some sort of record to where he's had and see again, none of these college students really have that either. So, but there's
Right.
some kind of like I wonder if he's gonna get caught like in the act of doing something. Because I wonder if that's why I'm getting like the cop lights. Like maybe they catch him like doing something or trying to do something. Like he gets really brazen.
Yeah.
Because it's almost like I see that kind of situation play out.
Okay.
I'm not really sure. That's kind of weird. I don't really know if I'm understanding that right. Because it's like I see him either outside of a house or going to break into a house, and then it's like I get like lights. So I don't.
Okay.
I hear like caught in the act. I hope that's right. See, Ted shows me a sketch too. So that tells me that either there's going to be a witness or they're going to do some kind of DNA sketch thing. Like
Okay.
that came in before that ever came out. But he's
Right.
just kind of showing it. He's showing me it again, I guess, for validation. Like
Yeah.
he says he thinks he was smart. He's telling me like it was planned mostly. Like, he said Ted never really planned his stuff. He just, if he saw a girl, he just did it. Or if there was like, he had a lot of crime of opportunities, is what he's saying. But he says breaking into a house is a little different. Like you have to kind of plan it. He said, although like his was on a whim, it was just he'd been in prison. He's talking about he'd been in prison and then he got out and he had these urges and then he saw these girls in the bar and like it went from there. Like he just filled his urges. Like he didn't. I mean, he planned the way he was going to go in and out. He figured it out even though he'd never been in the house. But he tells me those guys been in the house before for something.
Okay.
And I don't know, because like I was getting like a party reference kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
I feel like again, like he's a neighbor, but neighbor can be like down the street or whatever, not like necessarily next door.
Right.
But it's almost like I don't know if he fixed something for them or something. I'd be curious if somebody fixed something for them, or because that kind of comes in like that came in last night.
Yeah.
Because I keep trying to get a job with him. Like, I keep getting like a business owner type thing.
Okay.
But but it's more like just him, like just something that he does, like an entrepreneur kind of thing. Like
Okay.
I don't really know. I don't really know. I hope I'm not being led by what we looked at before. I don't think so.
Well, you got it last night too, so
Yeah. But it's kind of coming in again, like, but it's weird because I get that feeling like that might be how he was in the house before. Because I
okay.
think that's why everybody thinks that this was someone that they knew or whatever, because they knew the layout, because it's kind of a maze in the house, and
Yeah.
where the rooms were and stuff. But if he went in, if he was in there before, not just for a party, but say he went in there to go fix something, he would be able to know everything.
Yeah.
Um, it'd be weird if his name had a T, huh?
Yeah.
No, there's just so much that, like, because I kind of zoned in on the T on his name on Ted, and I don't know, but there's just, was he known as Theodore?
I think that's what his name was. Let me look.
Because I heard Theodore, and so like him just saying his full name. Now you want to lay
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, it was. It's Theodore
Okay.
Robert Bundy.
Okay. I almost had the middle name too. I was getting like kind of like he was giving it to me like Roosevelt, but so like the R, but I wasn't getting the middle name.
Oh, okay. We got the R then.
Yeah. Because I don't remember things. This is weird, and I don't know what this means. I have no idea what this means, but he shows me a cross, and like like where someone's buried, and then someone placing flowers.
Okay.
I don't really know what that means. I don't know if it has to do with him or it has to do with this guy, and maybe the guy is placing flowers at their graves after they're buried. Like it could be something weird like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not out of remorse either. It's just he doesn't want to look suspicious.
Right.
It's almost like a kind of covering your track kind of thing.
Yeah.
Is the way it comes across. I don't know. He says this guy's wicked. That's what he says. He's wicked. But he'll never be as good as me. That's what he says. He's like he's not smooth like I am. He won't. It's weird. It's like he even shows me like a cross between like him and Night Stalker, and like because it's like because I feel that's what this guy wants to do, like is break into houses for some freaking reason. Again, it's to take the power, or whatever, however he described it before.
Yep.
Ted, it was just like I just wanted to, like the girls made me mad that night. It was, it comes across as, they snubbed me.
Yeah.
When he's like, when you snub a serial killer, that's it. That's the way he says it. They didn't know who they were talking to.
Okay. Yeah.
So he said, I just did what I wanted.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's the same. He's like, it's the same thing here. Like the guy just, he did what he wanted.
Yeah.
And that's why he likes doing it, because it's the power and control of it. Because you're most vulnerable when you're sleeping. Like that's the way that it comes across. And I don't know. I mean, he also shows me he smokes. Like, I'm wondering if he shaved or not. Like, maybe he just shaves sometimes, because last night they showed me like no shave, and then he's putting a beard and mustache on his face here that I'm looking at. So I don't really know the significance of that. If he's trying to say like he just does it sometimes, maybe not right after, because that might be kind of obvious if you did it right. I mean, unless it's something he does all the time. Like sometimes you see him with a beard, sometimes you see him without, kind of
Right.
thing. Like when he's arrested, I see he's got like a beard and stuff.
Okay.
Baby. She's staring at me. Her eyes need to be done again. But he's like, someone like this just doesn't stop. It's almost like he says like it like he tells me, and I could be wrong and misunderstanding, but he tells me that this is not an isolated incident. Like this is not something that you do one time and stop. Like he keeps talking about having that bloodlust. Yes, the targets were taken out, but he says he'll just get new targets. Like that's the way that's what he's saying. Like you can't hold this monster inside this guy. Like that's what he's talking about. Like this is a monster raging to get out.
Yeah.
You know, and he likes the fact that it's not just one person. Like he feels like he comes across as a spree killer, serial killer mix. Like he likes more than one victim at a time because of the power of it. That's the way that Ted is. If Ted's being honest, that's what he's saying. And he loves the attention that's coming from this case, and everybody, and nobody knows who he is.
Yeah.
It's almost like now he's got this arrogant feel, like they're never going to figure out who I am kind of thing. And it might just make him a little brazen, like Ted was. Ted was like super brazen with certain situations. Like that's what he keeps showing me. He keeps showing me the one time where he just killed a girl right outside of her car, or unalived a girl right outside of her car. He said it was like just right there. And no one saw anything.
Huh.
I think it was on campus or something like that.
Okay.
And he's just showing me that to show me like he was brazen. He didn't care. Like he wasn't even worried he was going to get caught. I think he says he thought he was never going to get caught.
Yeah.
Like he was just going to keep doing what he was doing, and no one was ever going to catch him. He says if it wasn't for that bee that ran away, that got away, I wouldn't have got caught. That's what he says. All right, calm down, Ted. So I don't know that I'm trying to see what else I can get. I don't know that I'm getting much else. He just says the word true psychopath, but like it'll be so hard to figure out because it's not like there's no signs of it. Like he's really good at hiding who he is, just like Ted was. That's what he's talking about. Like their personalities are very similar in that way. He said, but he's not as good as him. He's not as charming as him. He's not as good as him, and not as good looking as him. He says, but he says, I'll hand it to him. Talking about how he did something he couldn't because he he didn't complete when he went in there. You know what I mean? He went after 4 victims, but the 2 of them lived. So, you know, he's kind of like saying, like, you know, give it to him for getting in there and, you know, for going in there and doing what he did and getting out compared to what he did. And that sounds awful. I know. I'm sorry. This is not me saying it. So
Yeah.
it's just something about having her as a sitter to talk to that brings in the information more clear.
Right.
And just to remind everybody, like, I only give what I get. So I know that stuff may come out that has been released. I'll only say it if I get it. And remember that I probably got most of it back in the day. I probably got most of it when we first did the readings. I've done a lot of readings on this. So keep that in mind. It may stuff just may repeat or whatever from my readings, but I'll only get it if it comes to my mind, because I know I hear that a lot. Well, that was released yesterday. I don't sit and research, guys. Seriously, I don't. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm going to look at our suspect and what I'm going to try to do first is I'm going to try to get kind of in his mind. I want to see kind of why he did what he did, any other things that I can get. I want to try to put myself in his situation, I guess. I don't know. A lot of people probably wouldn't do that, but as we know, if I channel deceased serial killers, I have no problem doing this.
Yeah.
So like, you know, me and TB on the other side, we're like buddies now. So I have no problem. I have no problem with it. I'm gonna try to see exactly what I can see from him. Maybe through his eyes or maybe his thought processes, because there's things that I have questions about, like, that aren't making sense to me if he's so smart. And then I want to also try and see if I can locate the murder weapon now, or the red rum weapon. I don't know what you. They keep showing me the whole grievance of the shooters, the school shooters, like, a certain way. They show me the flipping on and off of the light switch. Now that is my symbol. Like, he's obsessed. Like, I always get that show Obsession Dark Desires because I felt like he went in with, like, protective stuff on and manipulate. I think he's gonna try to manipulate. He's trying to be a manipulator. And I think master manipulator came up somewhere, but I kind of get that with him. Like, he's like he's gonna try to manipulate something, the system, or I think he's already manipulated his lore, honestly. And I think he's really good at hiding who he is, and that's why he's got along so far with everybody being like, I am shocked. Hi. And I feel like this is all part of a game or part of something that we're not even aware of what it is. Like, he had literal fans, like, writing him in jail and stuff, like, back to the same vision they kind of have before, where he's in there and he's committing the act and he's calling them names as he's doing it. You effing B, you effing C, you effing W, you know, how dare you, to where he built up some kind of delusions. And the delusions turned into obsession.
Yeah.
Okay. Cause see, I really feel like he was like, I don't know, I either put clothes over what he had on or he changed. Or there, and again, in a way a target. He was trying to be like Ted Bundy, as Ted had said in his reading that he took a play out of his playbook. Like, I think that was always part of the plan.
Yeah.
Do I think he was stalking at the bar that night? I do. I think he was stalking at the bar. I think he was stalking at the food truck. I think he stalked them for like weeks on end.
Yeah.
Either if he wasn't following them, he was following them online. Like, I think he had their locations or something. And I really feel, and this has all come in before, but I really feel like he was like OCD about that too.
Yeah.
Like, the OCD and the obsession kind of come in really strong with him. Like, he had to do things a certain way and at a certain time and all of that. Like, Ethan was collateral damage because he happened to be there that weekend. It wasn't. He had to do it, and the gruesomeness of it and everything. Like, there's certain things that he wanted talked about, and he knew that this was going to make it a high profile case. Or in the back and the side kind of is what comes in. Well, I have him like this to where he can't move or something, like I'm choking him to where he can't breathe. He can't really fight back. Like, that's kind of what I've always gotten there.
Right.
And again, I we know now he has maneuvers, but that had been said before. And also I think a big part of him running and getting in all that was so he would be strong enough to carry this out, because this was a plan when he started like studying serial killers and stuff. Like, he wanted to be like that.
Yeah.
And he found the right people and the right situation and everything to do that.
Yeah.
Like, I hear the word famous. He wanted to be known as a famous, and it's not even about the amount of victims like Ted Bundy or whatever. It's not even about that. It's about how he was able to go in and do what he did at night, and no one know or hear anything, and the gruesomeness of it and everything. Like, there's certain things that he wanted talked about, and he knew that this was going to make it a high profile case. So it's the fame from the high profile case. He doesn't care if people hate him, because he feels like there's some that are like him that are going to love him.
Okay.
His delusions.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that can happen, but
Well,
in his delusions, he wants to be how Ted was when Ted went to jail.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's almost like, I think there's maybe the thing I'm feeling about not getting caught, maybe he thought maybe they weren't onto him for a little bit. Like, it was like this thing that he kept as part of this. Like, he could look at it, and for a little bit he was thinking, well, maybe I'll get away with it, kind of thing.
Right.
Because it was all over the news that there's no suspects and everything, and I think that maybe got his ego going low. And then he started thinking, well, maybe I need to do it again or something like that, like to gain more attention. Like, I really think he wanted to get caught. So I want to try. I'm getting a lot on him, even though a lot of it is repeated. It's just like a lot's coming in. I want to try to get where, like, maybe he did with the knife, because the knife feels like a memorial, like, because like I said in one of the readings, I feel like he washed it off there. So if you're going to get rid of a knife, you're not going to clean it and wash it off. I
Right.
feel like it was like this thing that he kept as part of this. Like, he could look at it and relive it if he wanted to. You know what I mean? Like, so that's why I think it was kept close to him.
Okay.
Like, he could have thrown it anywhere out away, all right, in the river, in wherever. But for some reason, I want to go to the parents' house. I really think he took it with him to the parents' house. It's either got to be in the house or on that property. I want to go outside. It's weird because I know Lizzie sent me something about the gnomes. I keep seeing those for some reason. It's really weird.
Okay.
And again, I think he maybe even left breadcrumbs to that, but like, I'm like, why would you take see, like, to me, in my logical mind, it doesn't make sense. Like, it doesn't make sense. Why wouldn't you just like throw it in the river or something on your way where they're never gonna find it?
Right.
And also known that you're like being watched. Because I don't know if he knew that, but maybe he had an idea,
You're right. Yeah.
and that's why why he called the dad. But see, since the beginning, I've always gotten like the single tree, which their house does have.
Yeah.
It just came in kind of different before. You would notice if anybody's like dug a hole there, so that kind of doesn't, because there's grass and stuff.
Right.
So I'm wondering if they were showing me that just to kind of show me the like that house, like if I saw that tree, I don't know. Yeah, why would he take the knife with him? It's like, I think it was like a memento, or it became special, or something like that. I see him giving money for it. So maybe he did buy it. Maybe he had planned to. I don't know. I don't know where the passing down of the knife comes in before. Unless he was given a different one or something at some time. But I keep getting, I'm sure the cops have done this, metal detectors. Because I keep seeing like metal detectors. Why do I keep picking up those stupid gnomes? I wonder if I would have picked that up without seeing that, because I'm always straight up about what I see, you guys. And again, I won't get it. I won't say it unless I get it. And I keep seeing stupid gnomes, like the gnomes where they're placed at.
Okay.
But if he's being watched, I don't see him putting him there unless it's just to validate the house. Like, it feels like they would be more in the back of the yard or something, like somewhere where no one could see.
Right.
I'd be curious if his parents know of any hiding spots in that house from when he was a kid.
Yeah.
Because the one thing I'm getting is like, so I don't know, the gnomes could be just because that trying to tell me that house. I'd be curious if there's not like a loose floorboard or a loose something that maybe he had like in his room. Cause I wonder, when I used to go back to my parents' house, I always stayed in the room I grew up in. And I'm wondering if he didn't stay in the room he grew up in, like when he was there. And there's not like a special hiding place or something that he has.
Right.
I mean, I've always kind of got there's something in the closet in a box, but I don't think that's not. I don't know what that is. It's got to be something because it always comes in. So because this became precious to him.
I bet.
But there's blood. I think even though maybe he cleaned it, like, I think there's blood like underneath the hand,
Yeah.
the guard of the handle underneath that. Because they keep showing me the guard and then they take me underneath it, or maybe even on the top, but definitely underneath it.
Yeah.
Because even though I think he thought he washed it all off, like it's kind of impossible to get it all off when he has like the guard. I think if they took off the guard, if there's a way to do that, I don't know. I just see like there being something underneath the guard. And we don't know. I mean, the cops could have the murder weapon. We don't even know that. For all we know.
Right. Yeah.
They might just not be even telling us that. because I keep going into his. It's like weird. Sorry if I say that because it just sometimes pops in my head that it is. Like if I can't make sense of something, that's when I usually say it. So I wonder if the gnomes are just like to tell me that house or that residence.
Right.
Because I keep wanting to go maybe in the room that he stayed in, and I keep getting something about maybe a loose floorboard or maybe a loose something. There's like some kind of hiding place that maybe he had
Okay.
in his old bedroom or something like that.
Okay. Yeah.
Because you know how sometimes kids have like little hiding places for stuff.
Yeah.
Like I would think it's wherever he liked to hide things. Because I feel like he did hide things. I don't know.
Right.
That's the way it kind of comes across. But I keep going into his room and there's like I don't know if there's a rug on it or if that's just symbolic. And there's like I want to be curious at what kind of floorboards this thing has. Like I feel like he kept it like really close to him ever since. Like this
Yeah.
That's why I don't think he didn't get rid of it, because this is what he committed the crime with, and this is like almost like a memento, like, so it wasn't like just trash to throw away. You know what I mean? With him being obsessive like that,
Yeah. Yeah.
I can see why he would keep it.
Yeah.
Maybe even the car. Like I could see why he could keep the car. Like maybe he had an attachment to it because it was part of the crime. Like, it's gotta, like, I don't know. I can't get away from some kind of loose floorboard or something in his room or something.
Okay.
I mean, it would depend on what kind of flooring he has or anything, but
Right.
unless it's symbolic for just like a hideaway type
Could be. Yeah.
spot or something. I mean, you would think it would be like no murder weapon, like you guys don't have that on me kind of thing. You know, you would think it would be like that's what he would think, but again, I don't think he has a plan to get off really, other than like he's going to try to manipulate certain things, but again, he wants to like be famous for this. Like that's how it comes across.
Yeah.
He wants books written about him and stuff. Which is weird because I got the books before that one time, remember?
Yeah.
And actually, I think that maybe him and the girls, maybe that's something they talked about, true crime.
Could be. Yeah.
Because they were into it as well. And I remember that came in at one time. And so maybe it's possible like they were like maybe start chatting on some boards or something about true crime, depending on, you know, where if they were part of any like chat boards for true crime. I don't know. Because he like wants books written about him and stuff. Like B2K, like BT, like I think he took that class with that girl with that lady on purpose. Obviously, like maybe that's one reason he chose Washington was to take a class with that because of her thing with serial killers. And I think he thinks that by taking her class now that maybe she'll write a book on him.
Yeah.
Like she did, you know, like she did others or BTK or whatever. Because I don't know. Every time I want to find the knife, I just go to his room and I keep getting like a hiding spot.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know why they're showing me the fireplace either. I have no idea. But you know how my like finding things works. I can get stuff like around, or there's usually a significance for it.
Yep.
Because like I don't think he burned it or anything. I'm not really sure why I'm getting that.
Well, sometimes you can move the blocks in the fireplace and put something back there, and then put.
That's
the blocks
true. And it's a big house. I wonder. I don't think he would have like a fireplace in his room though. Like I don't know. I'd be getting a fireplace. No. I don't really know. or if there's something in a lockbox somewhere else, or why I'm like getting a bank right now. Like that kind of doesn't make sense. Cause you know how people have like,
Yep. Yes.
like those boxes in the banks.
Yeah, I do.
I don't know if he would do something that though, unless it's something else. Like who knows? Sometimes I try to find one pair of keys and I find a bunch of other stuff. I mean, I don't know what could possibly be in that lockbox at the bank, but it feels like there's something there because they're showing me a huge bank right now. It's almost like it's like I don't know if it is Bank of America or it just reminds me of it, but it's
Yeah. Well, if he was a security guard, couldn't they?
yeah. I wonder if he still has that stuff. I don't know if they have body cams though. Like I don't know if that's what they're trying to tell me. It's weird. I'm like seeing it from his point of view, but it's lower.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
Like here, like here, like in a video game where you wouldn't see it, you would see it from like sounds weird. Like I see him like smelling underwear and stuff like that. Like because I feel like capital murder.
Yep.
Because they're going to be able to prove that he planned this and this was premeditated.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, obviously. So,
right.
I mean, I'm getting sick all of a sudden. Like when I go into, I'm trying to find the knife. I just keep getting the house. Like I'm not getting a river. I'm not getting anything else. Like I'm getting the parents' house. He may have had it buried like somewhere else or put somewhere else safe until then. But I feel like I see him put it in his bag and I see him take it with him. It's got like a lockbox or some kind of special box that like has other stuff.
Yeah.
Like maybe stuff collected or something.
Yeah.
Right. Or stuff from the night or, it's weird. I kind of like, I feel like again, that he went in that house when they weren't there, like as a practice run.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they went out a lot or whatever, or if if there was no one ever home sometimes. Right. But it almost feels like he made practice runs or he went in and like, sounds weird. Like I see him like smelling underwear and stuff like that. Like being a weirdo like that. And I always do again, see him like looking through windows or watching through windows. And I feel like he's got this fantasy in his head, like he's delusional.
Yeah.
But I get like mementos, like there's like a box of mementos. I think his parents might know where like his hiding place or safe. That's how it comes across.
All right.
The fireplace in his room seems significant. Like I'm not getting to me, that's very possible because how they are there is how they are here. So she had a stronger presence than I would pick up on that. So I can't really tell you because I see both girls. And then then I go back to whenever Ethan went like this, like pointed up to the next floor, like that's where it was at. But I mean, I think I really think Xana was too. I think it was just that whole feeling of that Ted Bundy had. He went into that house and did what he did. Like I think he was trying to copy that.
Right.
And I'm not really sure what say the others. I know they did bolted their lock. They had the dog in there. I mean, that's very possible that saved their lives because I think if he could have got to him, he probably would have. This was like I'm gonna go in and see what I can get away with.
Ask you what you're putting in there or anything, they just let you in.
Yeah, but they would have
getting the house, but I'm just saying like it's just weird.
They would have him on camera though. That's the thing. Like it would be easy to track.
Right.
So that's why it doesn't make sense to me unless it's like symbolic or it has something to do with something completely different. I don't know. But I always say what I get because I never know if it could mean something anyways.
Right.
Well, I think a couple more last thoughts I want to say is that I know a lot of attention has been put on him and that's what he wants.
Yeah.
Because everybody's just blown away by who he is. And I told everybody it was going to be a surprise. I told everybody this was somebody you're not going to expect. And that's kind of how it's always felt.
Yeah.
Ted Bundy issue from the beginning. And I think we really need to not try to give him the attention that he wants and put it back on the victims.
Right.
You know, the attention should be on the victims because they're the ones that lost their life. And I can't wait to see the mural that's going to get done, because in my mind's eye it looks really badass. It almost feels like the people from that do art at the college might do something. Yeah, I see it like on this wall. I don't know if it's like the side of like, so
Okay, I just wanted y'all to hear the part about about the knife. I'm listening and checking. I have a new bed today. Ooh, a new bed. Yeah, see you too. I'm going to, because I'm going back live in an hour and a half. I don't think I hope she's gone live tonight. But if she doesn't, then we'll just be on Kick again. That's all. Voodoo, thank you so much for coming up. I really, really, really appreciated you coming up and helping us understand things that she was saying and giving us your opinion on things. Being as you have a gift
I
also.
really appreciate it. Like this was really fun and interesting. And now that I've subscribed and I hit the all button, button, now I'll get a notification, be more prepared to be on
Whoop whoop.
panel if I want to come up. Because today I have been all over the place. But yeah, thank you for letting me come up. And everybody, please have a good night. It was a pleasure to meet all of you, even you guys in chat.
Thanks. It was nice meeting you too. And we will see you. Hopefully, we'll see you later in a couple of hours. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching with me. I'm just asking to stop bullying people, dude. You don't want to be bullied, stop bullying people. If you don't believe in what they believe in, just shut your mouth and go about your business. That's what I do. But I couldn't take any more. Tara is my friend. Her channel's Another Realm. And I talked to her personally. And she's done readings for me. And I'm not gonna sit here and let every single true crime channel go and bash her. It's not happening. This is her income. This is her livelihood. And I'm not taking it. And that was the whole purpose of this live. So thank you, Summer. I really appreciate that. You guys have a good night, and I hope I'll see you in an hour and a half.